go.
All right, team. Welcome back. Podcast for the people. This is number 12?
12.
Dude, we're getting up there.
I know your podcast better than you do.
Double digits, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you do. Back. Round 2. Anthony Pedersen, man. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
For joining me.
I'm excited to do this again.
Late.
We had fun the first time.
We did. Mm-hmm. We did have fun the first time. I'm looking forward to Saturday with Ty also. So anybody who's listening, be on the lookout for that one coming up. We've got a threesome on Saturday.
We're all about threesomes. We talked about threesomes last time. Oh my God, this is weird.
That's a little odd.
People even reminded me of it. They're like, what is up with this threesome thing? Now it's like really a thing.
Oh, really?
I think so.
It became a thing?
Became a thing. No, but it's going to be fun, dude. Ty's one of my favorite people, and I haven't seen him in a while, so it's going to be fun.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Yeah,
have you been back to Westchester anytime recently?
I think the last time I was back there was probably... I went a year ago. I did a couple team trainings on Saturdays.
Right. Yeah. All right, cool.
Yeah. I actually talked to Brian not too long ago. I was supposed to go in last weekend, but I've been so busy. So I'm going to try to get out there soon.
Yeah. That's all right, man. Dude, did you see... All right, I just saw this, and tell me, like, your initial gut word that comes right to your brain.
Okay.
You ready?
I have to, answer this right off the top of my head.
Right off the top of your head.
Okay.
And, I kind of know what you're going to say, but this is kind of leading into something else that I have on my mind here.
Do you want a word or, like, a statement?
A word.
Okay, go.
Charles Manson is dead.
A blank, dude.
Blank?
Yeah, I'm blank.
That was it?
Yeah, because I don't even care.
Doesn't matter?
Don't even care.
Like...
Do you care?
You know what, man? I don't care. Part of me is like, yeah, cool. Like, he did some crazy shit. But part of me, like, and this is what I was going to lead this into. Like, this is what got me thinking. Do you think that people are just born evil, or do you think that somewhere along the lines, like, something triggers it? You know what I mean?
I think it's a combination of both.
Like, it's there?
Yeah, I think that people are born a certain way. I think that, like, we're built a certain way to be either good or bad. Yeah. And then I think things that happen through life affect that for sure.
I think that's true.
You always see, parents who, like, criminals or things, and they have kids that kind of follow in the same footsteps a lot. Sometimes you hear, like, the good stories of, like, somebody's parents who were bad or something, and they turn out to be okay. But I think for the most part, I think that you see a lot of people who just follow those footsteps. And I think a lot of it does come from experience, but I also think it's something in their genes that make them just... their critical thinking's off. You know what I mean? I
do know what you mean. Like, they're genetically just predisposed to reacting a certain way to a certain situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's how, honestly, I think, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll catch flack for saying this, but, like, you know how people who, like, someone who's gay, they're like, dude, that's just how I am. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think people, like, you are born that way. Like, you're born predisposed to being a certain way. But I think also environmental things kind of lead you into, like, that realization. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
I agree with that, especially with the gay thing. I mean, I think a lot of the times when you hear people who come out as gay, they always say, like, I always knew. Or like, I knew when I was 12. I knew when I was 8.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the way society wanted it to be. And nowadays, I mean, even from 10 years ago, it's so much more of an acceptable thing in our society that they're so much more comfortable about it, that it's easier for younger kids to come out and just completely be accepted right from the beginning, which I think is cool. You know what I mean? Like,
awesome.
They don't have to ride this wave of bullshit to make, you know what I mean? Like to hide it. You know what I mean?
Like living like a double life and all that kind of stuff.
So I think it goes with that. I think that can be the same thing for, like, the whole, like, good and evil thing, for sure.
Yeah, I think it follows along the same lines. I think what's cool, and this reminds me of a story. So, like, I think it's kick-ass that it's, like, super accepting right now, and I think that's how it needs to be. And, like, we kind of covered this before, but, like, everybody needs to be able to do their own thing. But the story this reminds me of, and I was actually telling this story at the gym the other day. So I used to work at Moss in Westchester. I used to work at this bar called Moss in Westchester.
I love that place.
I was a bar back, and I was a shitty bar back, to be honest with you. I was horrible.
You just did not know what you were doing?
No idea. But this, I guess, like, I don't know, it doesn't really have much to do with the gay thing, but it more so is just, like, how people can be whoever they want to be.
Yeah.
So at this place, like, I think it was either Tuesdays or Wednesdays, it was karaoke night, and it was, like, one of my first nights bar backing. And I didn't know at the time.
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
It's gay karaoke. It's like gay night.
Drag
karaoke.
Drag karaoke.
And like it was crazy, man.
Insane.
It was crazy.
I was there for a couple of them.
Oh, were you? Dude,
loved it.
So much fun.
So much fun.
So much fun. So I walk up and it's hosted by these two drag queens. Mm-hmm. It's like just not clicking. My gaydar is horrible. I'm so bad at this kind of shit, dude.
You think it's like a Halloween night or something?
I have no fucking idea, dude. I have no idea. Because, like, honestly, I just don't give a shit, so I don't pay attention to it. So I go up and, like, there's this blonde chick, like, facing away from me. And it's got, like, it's one of the hosts. It's a blonde girl. And she's got, like, a really tight dress on, heels, like, nice blonde hair. And I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Like there's like, you know, it's like a good looking girl who hosts this stuff, you know? And I go up to her and I like tap her on the shoulder. She turns around and I'm still like, oh shit. All right, cool, man. Like good looking chick. Yes. You know what I mean?
You're in.
Yeah. And I'm like, hey, like I'm Casey. I'm the new bar back. Let me know if you need anything. I'm here tonight, blah, blah, blah. And then they look at me and they go, oh yeah, thanks, man. I was like,
it took you to hear the voice until you know.
It took me to hear the voice.
That's like level. That's like the third level of knowing.
No, like beard, like no nothing at all.
Wow.
Like boobs. I don't know how they pulled it off, but this dude was a good looking chick.
They go all out, man.
It was awesome though, and like you know the whole show and everything was like so fun. And I think what's cool about that is everybody is so vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like, because, like, being gay is, like, such a vulnerable thing to be into. But when everybody's there, it's, like, a safe zone. So everybody really just go out. Doesn't give a shit, dude. They just do whatever they want.
And they got so much bottled up that it all comes out. You know what I mean? So, like, when people see them, whether it's, like, a gay pride parade or something like that, like a drag karaoke, they're at level 10 because they've been waiting for this. You know what I mean? Like, for me and you, we can go out and just be, like, at level 10 all day because it's acceptable to be a straight male that, whatever is out hunting for women. For them, it's like, dude, this is us. This is who we are.
Yeah.
Like, I've been waiting for this day. So their excitement's through the roof. And I think that's what it is. You know what I mean?
How cool is that?
We did that same thing. So I'll tell a similar story. We went out in the city one time and it was me and about 5 of my guy friends and then one of our girlfriends. So it was 5 guys, 1 girl, and we were like, oh, where are we going tonight? And my buddy Paul, who lives in the city, he's like, oh, he's like, oh, we'll go to this place. I think Johnny Brenda's sounds like the name. I think it's a drag. It's like a drag. They do drag stuff there. Cool. But we had no idea. But we're like, oh yeah, like suppose there's like a really popular bar, right? So like we walk in the downstairs, and like it's like a regular bar, and like the bouncer's like, oh, you guys looking to go upstairs? But he was like being sarcastic to us, but we didn't know. We're like, yeah, we'll go upstairs. Yeah, fuck yeah, we'll go upstairs. So we're like, oh yeah, let's fucking go, So we like lead the way. We like go up, and I'm in the front, and I like swing the door open, and the door is right next to the stage upstairs.
Yes.
And a show is made going on.
The bird
and it's a drag show.
It's awesome.
So we walk in, dude, and it's 5 like big dudes and just 1 chick, and we're like, oh boy, and everybody's just staring at us. You know what I mean? They're like, no, we're just out of place. But like I didn't want to be weird, so I just kept like right in stride. You know what I mean? Like let's go to the bar, get a drink, and watch what's going on. And like 3 of my friends who were very like just not like that kind of a person. Dude, they loved it by the end of the night.
Oh really?
Loved it, dude. They like
awesome.
They play with the crowd. You know what I mean? They're like running around, dude.
Yeah.
Like just the whole entire thing. And the same thing. Like me and my buddy were up there. We're like, yo, like 3 of them can pass off like extremely good looking women. Like they are on point, dude.
On point.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Is it weird that I said that?
No, but I said the same thing, dude. It took me so by surprise, dude, because I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh, cool, man, this is going to be a good night. Like, the hostess is kind of cute.
I can't believe it took you to the voice.
Yeah,
usually it's like the look, dude. You know what I mean? Or then like something else, but like
dude,
you got
that's
all the
how crazy like makeup and shit is these days.
Yeah, it's
you get fooled.
Yeah, you're right.
You get so fooled.
I think it's cool though, like because like my story, and even your story was like at first you're like, yo, what is going on? But like you're in a spot where you have to be exposed to it. Like you have no out, right? Like so, like you can't just walk away from it. Like both of our situations, like if we just turn around and walked out, like we're gonna look like complete assholes.
Yeah.
If you were like, all right, this is weird, like just left for the night or something, you'd be like, yeah, what the hell? the fact that like we like got stuck in it and you were like in the environment and had to live it and like you saw that it was actually like an awesome thing, like I think that's like the cool part, like, and I think that speaks like on society, on how like we need to just be like so much more accepting to see things like that, because you just don't really know what you're gonna love, you know what I mean, like and dude, I told my buddies, I'm like, yo, I would go back to that in a heartbeat, like that was fun, man,
so much fun,
that was awesome.
You know what else I think it is, that it's just contagious, like you said, it's a contagious vibe.
It's a good word.
That when everybody is being their genuine self, it just lets you be your genuine self. You can just look like an asshole. I even got up and I was singing karaoke.
Dude, you were like going at it?
They called me out, dude.
You went up there?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, dude, I was
as the
there.
bar back? Like you were like bar back, like going up? Oh my God.
I was back behind the bar, like messing things up because I'm a horrible bar back.
Yeah.
And the next thing
so you were
I know,
better
it's
up on
like
stage.
Casey Haines, like come up on stage.
The bartenders are like, yeah, get out of here.
And they're like,
you're screwing up so bad. Like, get on stage and show us to do something.
Yeah,
good.
fuck it up. We gotta fix this bar.
The more you're back here, the more our night sucks.
Yeah, that was horrible, dude. And so yeah, they called me out, man. And they were like, "You gotta sing. It's your first night." And I was like, "Dude, I'm in. All right, man."
Dude, what'd you sing? Do you remember what you sang?
I sang Santeria by Sublime.
Oh, good one.
That's my
good
karaoke.
one. That's your karaoke
Santeria
song?
by Sublime, and She's a Little Runaway.
Okay.
Ooh, she's
yeah, that's a good one,
runaway.
man. That's a good one.
Is that it's Bon Jovi, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Bon Jovi. I don't know.
I think it's Bon Jovi.
Sounds right.
That's a good karaoke song.
Yeah?
Those are my two go-tos.
I like the
What do you
duet,
got?
you know.
The
Me,
duet?
when I like to show off my voice, I go for the
Can you sing? Can you actually sing?
I actually think I could sing pretty good.
Do you think you can sing
All
pretty
right.
good? Or do you?
All right, I do think I can sing really good.
Yeah, I believe
If
it.
10 people hear me sing, 8 of them are going to be like, yo, you're a good singer. 2 will be like, yo, that's horrible. One of them is my mom.
Yeah, 80%.
And when I'm around my mom, like, I'll be like, yeah, like, I'll be singing. She's like, can you just stop? And I'm like, what kind of supportive mother are you? Like, you don't even want me to sing. Like, but for some reason, she's always told me I'm a bad singer. But here in the gym, like, some of my members, like, they'll hear me sing, like, yo, that's, like, really good. But I told you, I did, like, drama and theater and stuff growing up.
No, I didn't know this.
Oh, yeah, I did that.
Did you?
Yeah, dude, I did improv and everything. Loved
Really?
it. Yeah, loved it.
That's crazy.
Yep. Dude, it's so funny. We went to the cafe I go to by my house in Bristol. My theater teacher growing up goes there. So like every Sunday morning, we're there at the same time, and we sit at the bar and talk and catch up and everything. So when my girlfriend, who I dated all through high school, and now we're together again, we went there, actually, it was like a month ago. And we're sitting there, and he came up and saw us and was like talking to us. I'm like, oh, yeah, Mr. Michon, like, you remember Chrissy? Like, you know, we graduated. And she's like, oh, I never think you do. And I guess she like didn't remember or something. He's like, oh, yeah, she never did theater like you did. So, and she thought he was like joking, you know? And she's looking at me, she's like, when the hell did you do theater? I'm like, dude, theater was my shit. Like,
She didn't know you did theater?
she forgot. Like,
Oh,
she
okay.
knew.
All right. Yeah,
but
yeah.
she was like, hold up, you did theater? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you mean? Like, that was like my favorite class of the day.
That's
Like,
awesome.
Dude, I would love
Were you in the school plays and stuff?
I didn't do like school plays. We did like the improv class. We had like improv.
At your high school?
Yeah. We had like improv things that they would do. And I would do them and stuff. So
That's
it was
awesome.
Cool. Yeah. Never like the full out school play, but.
That's one of my biggest regrets, honestly, is like I played sports in high school and like kind of got wrapped up into that whole like, you know, not like, oh, theater's weak or that kind of stuff, but like, I don't know, it just wasn't really on my radar. But looking back, like that is one of the things that I wish that I did was theater, acting, anything along those lines. Just because it's just so fun.
It gets
it looks so fun.
It gets like such a different side out of you, dude. I miss it so much.
Yeah?
I've been like I've been looking up recently I was thinking about doing improv.
You would be
around in
good
Philly,
at an improv.
Dude,
you know who's doing improv? Ty.
Is he really?
He signed up for an improv
Get the
class.
hell, like a class somewhere around like
Straight
town
up.
or something?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
See, I love Ty. He does it all.
He does
This
do
guy.
it all, man.
I love him, man.
He does. Yo, you'd be good at it too.
Yeah, maybe I gotta look into
You're
it.
witty,
dude.
like you're quick on
Yeah,
your
I'm
feet.
quick on my quick to answer, except whenever
Yeah.
you ask me about Charles Manson. I didn't know what to say.
Excluding that one. Yeah, that was like a weird one, but
Yeah, I didn't know what to say to that.
but like, dude, I saw that and like it just got me thinking. I'm like, dude, like I gotta believe, like as crazy as this might sound, like I just wish that I knew what happened in that guy's life that like got him to become just like this crazy fucking animal of a person.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
It's just was he like from a family? Like, do you know if his
I
background?
don't know
like, at all?
anything about it. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, I see. Like a lot of people thought it was what's his name? Who's the singer? The crazy dude. The crazy singer dude. He's like all pale and black hair. Manson.
Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson. People like thought it was Marilyn Manson.
Yeah.
Like, R.I.P. Marilyn Manson.
Oh,
I'm like,
no, really?
I think you're kind of off on that one.
Marilyn Manson is is a scapegoat.
For what?
Apparently everybody thought he was dead, but he was the big scapegoat for like Columbine.
Oh, dude, I remember that. Whenever Mike, I can't think of anybody's name right now. The documentary dude who does the films. Whenever he did that bowling for Columbine.
What the hell's his name?
Mike.
He did Fahrenheit 9/11.
Yeah, he did all that.
Mike Myers? Is it Mike Myers?
Sounds really. I wasn't gonna say that, but I don't think so.
Maybe just because I'm thinking of like.
I don't know. But he interviewed him, and I remember he did an interview with him, and dude, he was so articulate and intelligent.
He was really articulate. Yes.
About and like you gotta think this is back in the '90s, so it was before social media existed and all that. And he just really touched on everything about kids and emotions and how they just use him and his music as like this, and people just point to him because he's up on stage, in all black and doing all these crazy things. And dude, I think it was pretty cool how.
Like music like his, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a Marilyn Manson expert here, but from what I understand, music that has, like a darker tone to it, or like you look at cats like. Even like guys in like Metallica and stuff, like the mindset of people like that comes from somewhere. So that might come from like a bullied child, or that might come from, I just watched a cool podcast and I can't remember the guy's name. He was the lead singer for Black Flag for a long time. He's like he's not insane, but like insanely hardworking guy is what I was going to say. But again, like he came from like a troubled childhood, and like music is a reflection of all of that. Yeah. So I think Marilyn Manson probably shared some like depressive qualities or something.
Oh, absolutely.
As like those kids who were the shooters at Columbine, and everybody wants to point a finger at somebody.
Well, I think that these guys, that are from like all these older bands, like they're so intelligent. Like when you because being like a songwriter, not that I have any experience with it, I'm just saying that like when you write songs like that and like there's so much meaning behind them, like dude, you're like a second level thinker. You know what I mean? Like you're creative, you're passionate, you're disciplined, you're all of it because you're putting that much effort into something that you love, and you're able to show all your emotions in those kind of words. Like dude, that's crazy. Like it's not today's different. You know what I mean? Like today's
dude, don't even like get me started. You know, like all right, man, I'm going in.
All right, you got started.
Today's music sucks.
So bad.
It fucking sucks. Everything about it.
Dude,
blanket statement.
I saw a video. This dude, I don't even know what his name was, like 21 Sugar or something. Like
dude.
He did like a performance at a halftime of like an NBA basketball game. So like not only like is this dude performing in places, he performed for an organization as big as the NBA, which is like one of the world's biggest organizations.
Oh my god!
At like one of these centers, and dude, like the video's out mocking this dude right now. It's like, how did this dude book this? Like, who listened to this dude's music and was like, we're gonna play this in front of all of our fans? Like,
this guy is
This guy is it.
it.
It was the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen in my. His pants were at his knees. It's like, come on, dude.
Come on, dude. You know how that started?
Yeah, like something about the jail.
Yeah,
like if your pants were down, they knew you were available or something.
That meant you were looking
to get a little something.
To get it.
You're looking to get it.
Get it.
Oh man,
isn't that crazy? And now you got all these
pants
guys.
Will always be up.
Yeah, fucking tie the things around my nipples, dog.
There's 7 ropes around my waist.
Yeah,
these pants ain't coming down, Chuck.
No, sir. But dude, I mean, music. Like I saw this thing on. It was like a side by side. It was a meme or something, and one side was a Tupac verse. And the Tupac verse was like to the times, very articulate, had a message. I'll be honest, I don't remember what it was from. I think it was from the song Brenda's Got a Baby. But anyway, right next to it was a verse. And it was all like the Tupac verse was like real words, like it was very well done. Like it was very poetic. Next to it was a verse from Lil Uzi. Lil Uzi Vert?
I never even heard of him.
Dude, you never heard of Lil? No. Oh my god, dude.
Did you just open my world to a new guy?
You know what dude, it was letters. It wasn't even words. It was just letters.
Like they didn't know what was being said.
They had no idea. It was like, like it was just a bunch of M's, and then it was like N-word, and then it was like,
it's
like
crazy, man.
Like it was ridiculous. It's this new thing called mumble rap. You hear this mumble rap?
Yeah, that's what the new. Yeah.
You're not saying anything.
I think it's all about like the beat and stuff now. You know, like just the beat and like just. Dude, you know, it's like all about like just putting this like hateful like get money emotion in you. You know what I mean? Like dude, it's weird.
It kills me, dude.
It's so weird. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Dude, it's so bad.
You know what I mean? Like it angers me, dude.
You know what it makes me think too is like Oh, dude, like I had this young girl at my gym that I was talking to the one day, and I was like, "Yo, you know, what kind of music do you like?" And she's like modern day, she's with the times, so she like named all these rappers and stuff, and I'm just like, man, like, where is your music education?
It's crazy, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, even like 5 years ago, like in the past 5 years, I think there's been such like a shift in music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I'll tell you, you want to know what I'm happy about?
Hit it.
I'm happy that Christmas music's back right now because it takes me out of this goddamn shit world of music. Because all I want is Christmas music now, man.
Christmas music is dope.
I'm so happy it's
I love Christmas movies.
Yeah?
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Dude, probably number one. I'm gonna give you a top three. Ready?
Hit it.
Number one is definitely National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Nothing better. Two is Christmas. I'm a huge Christmas Story fan, dude.
Christmas Story?
Oh, I love
the
it.
classic.
The classic, and then the Santa Claus with Tim Allen.
Dude, that's my
That's your
Santa Claus.
And honestly,
All
Santa
three
Claus
of them.
could easily
I like all
move
three of
up to number one.
Yeah.
Easily. But
You know what movie is a sleeper for me?
what?
Fred Claus.
That's pretty
With
good.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Love that movie.
I just watched that for the first time
Yeah.
last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was
dude,
awesome.
Vince Vaughn kills it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I love that guy.
Yeah, that was a good one. I love dude, in the holidays, just like.
Yo,
It's
the
just
holidays
something-
are one of my favorite times of
Yeah.
year. Absolutely.
In Bristol, Borough, down here, you drive down when you turn on Mill Street from like, say like you're coming from like the main road and you come down into Mill Street to come into town. You know it's Christmas because at the end of it is just this big ass tree at the very end.
Oh, it's
So
awesome.
they block off like the wharf area and it's just one big tree and then all the light poles have wreaths on them and stuff. And it's like, dude, you drive down, it's like the most beautiful thing.
love
And that's
that.
like, when I drive down and I saw it last night coming up from the gym for the first
Yeah.
time, I'm like, yes, this is it. And me and my buddy always had this rule, my buddy Joe. I'm like, he was bitching at me because I was listening to Christmas music too early. Because like, the day after Thanksgiving, you're good to go. Like,
Yeah.
all out, dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Make sugar cookies, throw snowflakes around your face. I don't care what it is. That's the day. But I went early this year, man. And I like
Yeah, you
texted him
took it.
on the way home. I'm like, bro, I'm all in right now. Went to B101, dude.
B101.
Music all
That's
day.
it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
All
Love
day
it.
long.
I don't stop.
There's a lady at my gym. She's the sweetest lady. She's done and wrapped all of her Christmas gifts.
Nah.
Done and wrapped.
What is this? See, that's too much.
She loves it.
That's crazy.
loves
But like,
Christmas.
where's like? I think some of the fun of Christmas is like that last minute rush.
I don't
I
shop
love-
until like the 23rd.
23rd is my
I'll do
start
it.
day. Yeah,
That's when
I'm
I
with
do
you.
it. Yeah, that's when I do it.
I buy 60% of my Christmas stuff the morning of the 24th.
Yeah.
Truth. Not even kidding.
100%
And
with you.
I do it on purpose. I actually do it on purpose.
I like the hustle and bustle. I worked in
Big
retail the last like 3 Christmases, three
Yeah.
or 4, 3 Christmases, and like it's to the point now where like I've worked on Black Friday, so
Yeah.
like I'm used to be like Black Friday in retail is a huge freaking day, so it's like you get jacked up for it. You know what I mean? You go to the store, you're jacked up, you're ready to work. Like all these people are coming in, it's gonna be freaking crazy. Like I used to work in the King of Prussia Mall at Lululemon.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
And it's freaking insane. It's
Nuts,
insane.
dude. I can't even. What was King of Prussia like during Christmas
Dude,
holidays?
you can't even describe it. Can't even describe it. Go to a concert and try to work your way to the front row.
That's what King of Prussia
That's
is
what
like.
it's like.
For those who don't know, King of Prussia is the second biggest mall in America.
It's huge. Yeah.
But they just expanded it, didn't they?
They did. Well, the Lululemon moved to a new space, but they built all this new stuff. They built a huge Dick's Sporting Goods. It's massive.
I've been to that Dick's.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But so like I get used to that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got used to that as being like part of holiday. So I like that.
I do my best thinking when I'm in a rush. You know what I mean? Because like I think like if I go shopping like the first week of December, I'm like okay, like say I'm picking out for like my brother. I'm like what do I want to buy for him? And then like I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like I got time. Instead like it's like a wasted trip to the mall, right? So like if I drive to the mall on December 7th, for example, I like waste so much time just skitzing around. Like, dude, I got time. Like, screw this.
None of this.
You know what I mean? 24th, it's like, yo, bro, you got 6 hours. Like, get to the fucking counter and pay for this. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, even
Yeah.
if they don't have his size,
Decision
make
making.
up a story that they
Yeah.
didn't have his size on the 7th of
dude,
December.
it was crazy.
And, like,
It was crazy.
It
Someone
was
told
supposed to
me-
get shipped in. Like, they didn't call you. Now you got to bring it
Yeah.
back. But, like, bro, you got a gift receipt, so you're good.
Yeah, I had this imported from Japan for you, bro.
Oh, that's like a total move. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I went for my dad like for one time, and it's actually turned out to be the best gift I ever bought my dad. Was like a Sawzall, and it was like the greatest thing
sweet.
ever. But like, I remember, like, I'm not kidding. It was like December 24th. It was like 3:00. Dude, the store closed like an hour. And like they
bought
like,
him a
to the
Sawzall?
point where like the Sears like lady came on, was like, store closes in 1 hour. And like, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. Like, you know, like I'm like, all right, tools, get to the tools, looking
Tools.
around. What's this thing? Hey buddy, can you help me? It's a Sawzall. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's such a dad gift.
Dad
too.
opens it up, this is the greatest thing in the world. Dude, that was like 7 years ago. He still talks about the goddamn
Still
Sawzall.
does it?
Fucking
Oh,
still
dude,
talks
that's
about it.
awesome.
If I bought him a pair of pants on December 7th, they'd be out in fucking Goodwill somewhere.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean?
A Sawzall. What a good gift.
I won that year.
Oh, shit.
Still winning that.
One of my favorite things that I've ever done was I bought, like, gifts. Honestly, I probably just bought Lululemon for everybody because I worked there, so we kind of got, like, the, you know, the discount. And, but what I did was I wrapped all that shit up and just, like, hid it somewhere. But then I went around my parents' house and I just grabbed random stuff and wrapped all that up from their house.
Like that was already there.
Already there.
Stop.
Gave my little brother like dirty underwear from my dad's drawer. I gave my mom a bar of soap. Like I took the bar of soap out of their shower. It was wet. Wrapped it up. Gave it to my mom.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it was
so this is
the
like kind of like a gag thing. Like,
it was a total gag.
This is amazing.
Gave him like forks and like all this kind of shit. Just gave it to him, and everybody's opening it, and I was like, "Merry Christmas, guys! Yeah, what do you think?" And they're all like you can tell they're like, "I don't." Is he serious?
Yeah, like they didn't know what to do.
I don't
right?
want to be an ass, but like maybe there's a story behind like this bar of soap or something. You know?
He ordered it from Egypt that was used on like the king.
Yeah,
Like
it's like this 2,000-year-old bar of soap. Nah, it's from the shower.
Justin Timberlake used that soap. You bought it off eBay for like $1,400.
Yeah. Oh Jesus, dude. Yeah, no, nothing.
You wrapped up used soap.
I wrapped up
and gave it to
used
him.
soap.
Did you have
I
backup
forget what
real
else I
presents?
had.
Like did you
Yeah, I
have,
had like real presents.
Dude, that's
I gave
awesome.
him real
That's such a
shit.
good move.
But I gave all that to him, and I could tell like my mom is too nice. She's too sweet.
She's like, oh,
She's too nice. She's like, oh, like she's trying not to laugh. Like she wants to laugh. Like it's a joke, right? But she wasn't sure. But yeah,
dude, that is awesome.
It was so funny.
That's
I loved
good,
it.
man. Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah, I gave my little brother my dad's dirty underwear. It was awesome.
Oh, how old were you at this time? When did you do
I
this?
think I was like 20.
Damn, okay.
Yeah,
So it was like
that's
recent.
funny. It was like recent, dude. Yeah, it was recent.
You weren't like 14 doing it.
No, I wasn't messing around, dude. I was in.
Dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to be, though, man.
I
It's
feel like
supposed to be
it's gotta
fun,
be.
dude. Like, people who are just like always
Yeah.
like uptight and like doing like the same shit. It's like
Yeah.
monotonous. Like, have fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what I love is, like you said, like you driving around town and just the Christmas atmosphere is out and about. Like people are walking around. Everybody's doing
It's-
something good. Everybody, you know, the people out there with the Salvation Army, like jingling the things. Everybody puts money in because everybody, you know, in December decides to give a shit.
Yeah.
And like, I just love that aura.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just the holiday aura. Everybody's in a good mood. It's not even about getting a gift that you want or giving a gift
Yeah.
or anything. Like, it's just the overwhelming like feeling of like Christmas joy.
Yeah, so we're doing here we announced, me, Jay, and Sean, we're doing the 12 days of Christmas workout.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that on, I think it's the 16th or actually it's the 9th. It's like
That's a
it's
gross
early.
workout, too.
Yeah, it stinks. Whatever
Yeah.
I put together, you know, it's
Yeah.
we'll see what it is,
cool.
but it's fun. And we're doing it like on the 9th, so it's fairly early just because the Saturdays leading up don't work for us. But we're doing that. Everybody that comes and does the 12 days of Christmas, we're going to donate $10 for each person, like out of our pocket, to the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.
Oh, that's
Dude, I'm like
awesome.
so pumped about it. Like,
How cool is that?
I love giving for like the holidays. Like,
Yeah.
it's my favorite thing in the world,
Yeah.
right? Like my girlfriend, she won't listen to this podcast, so I don't care. But like she's like, oh yeah, like well, you know, we don't have to buy each other like anything crazy this year. I'm like, yeah, you're right, we want to do that, you know. But like I'm like, dude, I'm like all out. Like I'm
Yeah.
ready. Like I've already got 2 gifts for her, and like I'm like probably gonna have like 10, dude, by the time I'm all set.
Yeah?
Just because like I can't stop. Like, it's not like I'm like, you know, she needs to have 10 gifts. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, like I see something, I'm like, oh, she's gonna love it. Like let's do this.
But you just want to
know what I mean?
give. You want to give.
Yeah.
You want to like.
But like mentally, like I don't like over the past few years, like we talked about on our last podcast, like I was never at that point where I was like excited and happy about things. So I never did it. So like this is like the first year I'm like, yo, like
Yeah.
I'm just going for
Is
it.
this your guys' first Christmas together since like you got back together?
2005.
Since 2005?
Our first Christmas together in 12 years. Yeah.
Nice.
Crazy.
Very cool.
And then we spent like a good probably like 4 Christmases, you know, through
Yeah, like
whatever.
in high school and stuff.
Yeah, in
like
high school
early
and middle
weekends,
school and everything
yeah.
together. Yeah. So
Very
we've
cool.
had a few Christmases together, and this is the first one in a while. So we're gonna go all out. I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna go all out.
Yeah, you're gonna go all out. That's awesome.
She got 2 kids, so I'm gonna go all out on them and stuff. That'll be fun.
How old are they?
4 and 2.
Yeah, you gotta spoil the shit out of them.
Hell yeah.
Get them the coolest shit.
Whatever
Nerf
they want.
guns.
Whatever they
Oh,
want.
yeah.
I just started using Amazon.
Oh, really?
all about Amazon Prime
Really?
right now, dude. I can't
So
stop.
Amazon
man.
Prime,
Oh my
that's the
God.
problem, dude.
Yeah. So we had our Halloween, the beef and beer on the 30th or the 28th or something. So 3 weeks ago, and we were Germans. Like we had like the whole like the whole outfits, you know. Did you see the picture? I put up?
Lederhosen?
The lederhosens
Yeah.
and all the dirndl. She had the dirndl.
Oh,
So,
dude, wait, I think I did see
see
the picture. I did.
Dude,
yeah.
we were on
I love
point.
it.
And they were authentic, right? So I ordered on Amazon. I'm like, yo, I was so jacked up because it was my first Amazon order. And everybody, like, dude, the people who are like Amazoners, like, they are all in on Amazon. They're like, oh, I get my fucking toothpaste from Amazon, my toilet paper from Amazon. I'm like, all right, dude, relax. Like, Rite Aid's right down the street.
come
Like,
on.
Come on.
You can get groceries on Amazon now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to start buying groceries on Amazon. I'm just kidding. I can't be that crazy.
Yeah.
But, so I got my German outfits. I ordered them. I'm all jacked up. I'm like, yes, let's go, right? So they do this cool thing on there where, like, the delivery driver, like, will take a picture of, like, where he left the package at your house, like, if you're not home. So I'm at work, right? So, boom, get an email, shipped. So I check status. I'm like, I need to see this picture. I want to see where this dude left it at, like on my porch, on the lawn, whatever.
They take a picture of it?
They take a picture of where they left the package and they'll upload it on there. It's cool.
So you can see it at your front door.
So it's like confirmation, like, yo,
Yeah.
the package is here. I left
It's
it here.
here.
That's where it is. Dude uploads a picture, not my house.
Oh, no!
So now I'm at work. There's 3 hours left to work. I'm like, oh my God, my dirndl, my lederhosen. I even got the high socks.
My dirndl.
Where's this shit at? I'm freaking out. I almost asked my boss if I could leave early because like I was.
Shit at?
So I go home, right? Drive up, nothing in sight. I'm like, oh my God. Walk down the one side of the street. I'm looking. It's not at any of these houses. The corner house, I'm not kidding. Of course it has to be like this. The corner house on my road, it's this SWAT dude. Like, he's like straight up like military dude.
Ooh.
He has 3 dogs, the biggest dogs you've ever. I'm not kidding. Like, this dog comes up to my shoulders. Not kidding.
Really? Is it? They're not like German shepherds, or are they?
No, I don't even
like
know.
bear dogs?
Bear dogs. Just bear dogs, dude.
bear
like,
dogs.
just their own muscles. They talk and everything. Like,
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
They
Yeah.
talk human. It's sick.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. I'm like, so like, there's like this big fence, right? And I'm like, as I'm approaching, like, the big fence turns into a small fence, and then like the whole yard's exposed. So like, it was like in a movie. Like, I'm approaching the small fence. I'm like, please don't be there. Please don't be there. So, like, I'm not kidding you. The package is in the middle of the lawn, and the 3 dogs are just standing around it. So I'm like, and you can't get to their front door because you got to go through the yard. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, so I had to get the dogs to bark to get the dude to come out, right?
Oh, no.
So I'm like clapping at him and stuff.
You're like trying to get the dogs to
so
bark?
the dude comes out and he's like, yo, what's going on? You need something? I'm like, yeah, I need my lederhosen and my dirndl. It's in the middle of the yard, bro. And like, your 3 human dogs.
Human dogs.
Let me get my German outfits because I got to beer for beer in 3 hours. He's like, oh yeah, that's cool, man.
Like throwing meat at him, like meat sticks, like Slim Jims at the dogs.
I was gonna get. I'm like, do I go get like medication and like put them to sleep? Like,
trank dogs?
nobody's home. What do I do? Like, I need my German outfits. My girlfriend's
lederhosen. My girlfriend's gonna be pissed. She hates when I don't have my lederhosen.
She gets so mad about that. So he came out. He's like, yeah, we're cool. Yeah. So he hands it to me. And he's
Did
like,
you tell him? You told him what was in the package?
oh yeah. I'm like, dude. I'm like, thanks, man. I needed my Halloween costumes for today. He's like, oh, what are you? I'm like, oh, I'm German. He's like, oh, okay. Like, thank God I didn't bring it in and open it. My wife would have probably thought we were gonna get dressed up tonight.
God, dude.
Dude, I was dying, man. It was great. It was good.
Dude, getting other people's packages. All right, I got a story for you.
Good. Love story.
Dude, all right, so my mom, let me set the stage for you.
Good.
My mom is an Amazoner. Like, we'd mess with her that she has her own fucking drone. Because
She get, like, all
dude,
kinds of
anytime,
planes and
go to
stuff.
my parents' house at any random moment of the day, there's an Amazon package at the
man,
front
she's
door.
one of those.
She's one of those. She gets everything off Amazon. So, my dad gets, my dad's at home, and a package comes to the door, so it's like, whatever. Like, she gets so many packages that, like, he just opens it, doesn't really look at whose it's for or anything along those lines.
Yeah.
So he gets this package, takes it inside, assumes it's my mom ordering more stuff, opens it up, and there's like a box in there. He takes the box off. What's in there? A monster dildo and handcuffs.
Stop.
All this stuff.
Oh my
So
God.
he looks at it and he's like,
And was it to her name?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So he's looking at it and he's like, huh.
At first he probably
the wheels
just
are
her
turning.
package, right?
The wheels are turning. He thinks it's hers.
He
and
thinks it's hers.
Like he thinks she's ordering this stuff, like this huge like dildo, fuzzy like pink handcuffs, like all this like sex stuff. And so he's like, and then he looks at the package and he's like, oh, it's not her, it's somebody else's.
Yeah.
Closes it back up, waits for her to get home, so she opens it. And so she goes, and my mom's this little sweet lady, like from the like a small farm town girl.
Oh, man.
Opens it up and she's like, like loses
like the biggest gasp ever.
Yeah, like this isn't like blah blah. So my dad's dying laughing. She finally figures out like, oh, it's not theirs, it's our neighbor's. The mailboxes are like right next to each other, so it kind of gets screwy, like the way that our houses are set up.
Yeah.
So they like leave it, and it's in the house. It's open. They're like, "Fuck, how do we explain this? Like, we don't have Amazon tape. We can't tape this shit back up.
Yeah,
like,
no way.
All that kind of stuff. It's gonna they're gonna know that
They're gonna know it's open.
Yeah. So I think my dad had clear like Scotch tape or like like heavy duty tape. Like he taped it back up and whatever. And about an hour goes by for the sake of the story. Hour goes by, one of the neighbor kids comes to their door. This kid's like 19, 20, like guy, like all this kind of stuff. Knocks on the door. He's like, "Hey, did you get a package?"
Stop.
Did they deliver a package to here? My mom's like,
this dude had the balls to come
out
with the
package. He's like, did you get a package with a name on it? My mom's like, nope. She starts slamming the door. Nope. No idea. And like she knows it's him because it's his name. She knows who he is. So my mom's like, no, this kid's looking for his package. He's like,
and it was his.
It was his.
Oh my god.
I don't know anything about him. I assume that he had a girlfriend or I don't know, boyfriend, whatever he wants to do.
That's amazing.
So my mom's like, no. She's like, I can't tell him this. So they wrap the package up. She like waits till it gets dark out, like is spying on the neighbor's driveway, making sure nobody's looking.
Oh my
scurries
God,
down, puts
dude.
it in his mailbox, and scurries back up to the house.
That is so amazing.
How funny is that?
That's
dude?
awesome. That's a good story right
My
there.
dad catches the package. He's like, ooh, I don't know what to think about this.
Oh, what's going on here?
We having a party tonight, right?
Did you leave tonight? Yeah. Because you guys going out tonight?
Yeah. Is it date night?
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, I love it, man.
So,
Oh, dude.
I want to. Let's ask this question now. I want to see. I want to see your answer.
All right. We'll premise this. So, there's a guy, Mark Miller, who's a friend of ours, friend of Anthony's. He knew that we were doing the podcast, so he asked if he could do a fan question. So, all right, I don't know what it is. I've never heard this.
It's intriguing.
On the spot.
It's weird, but it's also pretty. Yeah,
pretty excited.
I want to know. All right, so he texted me. He said, "Yeah, I don't even know what you guys are talking about, but you need to answer this question for me. Thanks. If you were to win the $500 million Powerball, but afterwards of winning it and collecting it, it was revealed that you had to give it all to one celebrity. Which celebrity would you give it to and why?"
Ooh.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. Because now you're not picking, because they all have money.
Yeah.
So you got to pick one that you like.
In terms of celebrity, leave out all politicians, leave out all that stuff.
Yeah,
Just
like
strictly
movie
celebrities.
stars, singers.
Movie stars, singers, actors,
Yeah.
yada, yada, whatever.
Any rappers after 2007, they're out.
Yeah, I'm not picking anyone. Not a chance.
Definitely
Would you
not.
pick Drake? Not even Drake? You like Drake?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't like Drake.
Yeah, we can leave him out.
You know what? Here's and I'll get back to the question. But for Drake, what I like about him is he is being who he is.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
100%.
He's not, putting on this front like he's just this reformed gangster or whatever it is.
Absolutely.
He speaks true to
People
who he is.
busted on him for
And I
being
can appreciate that.
that soap opera person, and he was
Degrassi,
that was
yeah.
me.
He's
okay,
yeah, he owns
get over
everything.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. But,
So I support that. I'm down with that. I'm just not a fan of
all
his.
right, so no rappers after 2007. Celebrities. We're gonna narrow it down. Mark's gonna be pissed. This wasn't the question, man. No, whatever.
All
Anybody.
right, I'm trying to think.
It's
So
tough.
celebrities, because you can go two directions with this. Do you go with somebody who is going to do good with the money,
Exactly.
or do you go with somebody that you just fucking like?
Well, now here's another issue: is recently all these sexual assault cases coming out. I gotta think. Hold up, were they accused of sexual assault?
That's
not giving
that's
it
a
to them.
disclaimer. Yeah,
You know
you're
what I
out.
mean? 'Cause there's so many of them right now. I don't even know where the hell to go with
There's
it.
an incredible amount of them.
Yeah.
All right, here's what I got.
Okay.
So how much? It's $500 million. And after taxes, what, you're taking home 225, 220, right?
Yeah.
It's like 60%. I don't know.
All right, so it's $500 million. I don't know if he meant tax before, after taxes, or whatever.
Regardless,
let's call it
it's a shit ton of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, this is we're getting too specific.
We're way too specific. I know mine.
I'm gonna say, all right, I got it. I got two people, and I got two different reasons per person.
All right.
First person is Jennifer Aniston, because I'm hoping that if I give Jennifer Aniston $225 million, she'll go on a date with me.
That is fantastic, because I didn't even think about it like that.
I love Jennifer
God,
Aniston.
you're ahead of the game.
Second person is Adam Sandler. Why? Because I want to see Waterboy 2, bro.
Dude, you think he's going to put money into Waterboy 2?
Fuck yeah.
Talk about rappers after 2007. This guy hasn't made a good movie since 2007.
Are you kidding me? I love
Stop.
Adam Sandler. Dude, don't. You don't like Adam Sandler?
Casey, come on.
Are you kidding me?
I loved Adam Sandler up
love
until
Adam
2004 hit. Come on, dude.
Come on, Grown Ups. You don't like Grown Ups?
It's
Dude, get the crew together.
Mediocre.
Adam Sandler, Kevin James, Chris Rock, David Spade. I love it.
I'm gonna be honest.
I
I
love
don't
it.
like that crew whatsoever.
Oh my god, I love that crew. And then you got the other guy who's like, he's kind of the stony guy. His name's Dante something. He was in that movie Grandma's Boy. I love that guy.
I know you're talking
He's
about.
too funny.
He's funny. They were,
That's what I would do.
They were
That's
funny.
what I would
like,
get down on, man.
I don't know. Okay, I mean, I
Waterboy
respect.
2.
That's your decision.
Or Billy Madison too. I don't know.
Yeah, but there's never a good sequel, so I can't say that I want
That's
that.
fair.
You know what I mean? Like there's
Sequels
never
do
a
seem
good
to
sequel.
disappoint.
Big
I don't
time.
know. I just think, you know what I appreciate about Adam Sandler is that you never hear, he doesn't have any media bullshit. He's never in the spotlight, and he just makes movies.
Yeah.
He just does what he wants.
That's right. That's
I
true.
can appreciate that.
That's true.
But I also am a big fan.
Okay. You know what's a crazy story is my uncle played baseball in college, and he went down to Florida. It was Florida Atlantic or something. Played baseball there, and his I don't know if he was his roommate or just became friends with him. They were on the baseball team. His actual name's Papa John, and Papa John
Your
does movies. Your
uncle's name
my
is
Uncle
Papa
Pat.
John.
No, my Uncle Pat went and played baseball in Florida, and he he became friends with this guy, or they were roommates. I don't remember which one, or they were just on the baseball team.
Yeah.
together. His name was Papa John, his friend.
No
and
shit.
Papa John and Adam Sandler are like real tight friends.
Oh man.
So Adam Sandler was always sending my cousins like signed stuff or whatever, because they were like, my uncle and Papa John were like real tight growing up, and they still are. So he would like call Papa John, and, and Adam Sandler would like send him like. So it's funny how you tie that
That's
in.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Cool. So
Who do
I
you
kind of tied the Adam Sandler story in. But,
I like it. I like what you did there.
okay, so my one was Matt Damon, because he's like huge on like giving back and like supporting like animals and stuff like that. Like
solid.
he puts a lot of money towards
Yeah.
stuff. I know that.
That was the other
Yeah.
direction I was trying to think of, but I honestly just couldn't.
See, man, like, you went with like
my head.
you went with like the woman like hoping she could get on a date with you, and like now I'm like, damn.
Is
I
that
screwed
pathetic? Is that kind of pathetic?
No, that's
Is that,
fantastic.
dude, Jennifer Aniston.
That's so
man.
good.
Dude, I can't. Like, I love her. I just
All right.
Friends. I watch Friends.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know
Friends
how
is
funny Friends is?
funny?
I always thought Friends was like this dumb like drama,
No, it's legit,
like
dude.
stupid TV show.
Funny.
It was freaking funny.
Chandler and Ross, they're all
Yeah.
they're good dudes.
Matt Damon, that's a good one.
Matt Damon or The Rock, because The Rock's always doing that stuff too. Dude, he's always
Oh, I
like
didn't even think of
kids
The
and like he just put up a post today about a kid that he was hanging out with that had cancer, and like
No
his
shit.
on this kid's bucket list was like to meet The Rock, and like The Rock flew out to this kid's house,
Yeah.
like just like off the record,
How
like did
crazy
his own
is that?
like that's awesome, dude.
You know, who I'm gonna throw one in now that my brain's spinning on this, and like people give back John Cena. You ever see any footage on
Oh
John
my
Cena?
god,
Dude, this guy is making a fucking difference. He
you-
is amazing.
there was I don't know if you saw the video recently of. They put him. He thought he was just like doing like an interview, and like one by one, these fans came out.
Yes,
It was
I
like 30
did.
of
Explain
them.
it. I did
were
see this.
coming out
Explain
and
it.
like being like. So John Cena was like sitting in a chair, and like I guess he thought he was doing like just some interview. He was talking or whatever, and then the guy was like, "Okay, like now we want to introduce you to a couple people," and like one by one, these people were coming out, and they stood in front of him like, "You changed my life because," and like the one guy was like, I was been in depression for 10 years, and like you have been my driving force to stay alive, and this and that."
That's so
and like
awesome.
he like starts like cracking tears.
Yeah.
And like one by one, like and he just like breaks down and like thanks him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't realize how much of an impact
John
this dude
Cena
had.
was like crying by the end of it
Yeah.
too. Like he was
Oh,
all in.
dude,
He was
out,
like, "This
man.
is
He was
insane."
He was speechless. He was like, I don't even know what to say.
Speechless.
Like, dude, that's crazy.
What a good dude.
I didn't know he was that awesome.
He is freaking awesome. My ex-girlfriend, she used to work for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Okay.
And she was like a wish coordinator. So
That's
that
so
basically meant, yeah, dude. So that basically meant that she planned the wishes. So a kid this is what I want to do. This is what I'd like to, and she got the file and she made it all happen. So it's freaking awesome. She said, and I didn't know this at all. She said John Cena does more wishes hands down than anybody.
I think like 500 and something Make-A-Wishes.
He does way more than anybody ever, and I think because of it, he's like one of the most or the most requested person.
Yeah, I think
because he's just such a good dude.
From what I read or something, it was like 500 or something. Like, dude, it's awesome. Like
How
when you're
cool
doing that
is
stuff,
that?
man. Like,
I think that's how you got to be. Like the celebrity, like when you or just you don't even have to be a celebrity. I'll be honest. When you get a certain amount of money, and I think I'm just gonna call it money. You got to do something.
You have to give back.
You have to give back. It's just part of humanity. You have contribution.
You don't need all that shit. Like
you don't.
I'm obviously I would never say my salary, but if I can make my life off of my salary and what I'm making, and these dudes are making literally like what I make in a year, they make in one day. Like, dude, you have to.
You got to.
You know what I mean?
I think that's one of my. I'm not saying like you earned it. You clearly earned like
100%.
What you got. You know what I mean? And I think the people who really appreciate that will give back.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like I don't want to make it all summer, but like I like remember like when I would go, it was the last time my dad went and got therapy for his cancer treatments, and it was like this crazy like dude, it was like a factory. Like people walking in, they walked in the dressing room, put on their thing, and went in this room and got
like
radiation.
Cancer treatment center?
Yeah, cancer treatment center. Mm-hmm. They would get their 30 minutes of radiation. They'd walk out, put their regular clothes back on, and go back about their regular day. So like I went there I would go with them. You know, me and my brother, and my stepmom was always there, and then like me and my brother would sporadically go with them because it was down at UPenn, so it was a lot. And the last time I went, he was like, I never seen this therapy yet because I just never went to it. So it was his last one. I wanted to be there with him for, it was the last time he was getting therapy. And I remember like waiting in the waiting room. And dude, like I was in there, his treatment was like 40 minutes. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say it was probably like 10 kids under the age of like 12, 13, 14 that were in there getting radiation, man. And like, dude, it like, I'm like staring at them and I'm like, I was talking to this one lady and her son, and they like drove from Connecticut every week for his treatments, like from Connecticut to UPenn. And like the reason that they were able to do
drive.
Yeah, but the reason that they were able to do that is because of people that like donated to them. Like they were able to stay in these dorms that UPenn has, where they come down for a few days, get treatment for a few days, and then go back home. Mm-hmm. And like people like John Cena or whoever donate all this money and shit, like are helping these kids. Like they don't realize, like they never probably like. You don't hear like the personal stories. And like I was able to hear this 10-year-old's story about like
that's wild.
How much like the Make-A-Wish and whatever else is giving so much money. The Ronald McDonald House, like putting so much money in the UPenn to like dorm these kids for 3 days just to get radiation treatment. Then they go back home and have to go back to school. It's like, dude,
that's wild, man.
And like I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, man, like I wish I could do like I don't know what I can do because I don't make enough money to do that. But,
sure.
Like, I want to do something. Like, what do I do, man? Like,
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff.
There's all kinds of stuff I can do. I know.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
On that level.
I know what you're saying. Like to make that kind of an impact, it takes a person in the right place and the right frame of mind to do it.
There's a difference between like donating $20 to like a donation place, and then like giving somebody like a home or like a car to like get to treatments.
Yeah,
that's the impact I want to have. Is like more of like I want to make like change your life. Right. I don't want to contribute as a whole. I want to like personally do this.
I want to do something. Yeah,
that's like my like that's my ultimate goal in life. If I can do that, man, I'll be happy.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. That reminds me. There's this spoken word poem that's I can't remember what the freaking guy's name is, but he writes this. It's this beautiful, beautiful speech, and it's called "The Crickets Have Arthritis." Look it up. You'll like it.
Okay.
It's called "The Crickets Have Arthritis." I can't remember. Tom Coyson? No. Something along those lines. Anyway, it's kind of along those lines. But like when you're sitting there, like what kind of perspective does that put you in? You know what I mean? Like what kind of that just like when you sit there and you're like you're sitting in that room with all like kids and people in there, like what kind of mindset does that put you in?
It just makes me think like how I'm taking so much in this world for granted. You know what I mean? Like these kids, like dude, they don't care about anything that I care about, or like they just don't. Dude, it's like it's so tough. Like every day they wake up just wishing to be alive or wishing to be healthy or wishing to whatever. And here I am, like, getting mad at traffic or getting mad at this or getting mad at that.
Yeah.
It's like, man, like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? And, like, I think, like, I was listening to you and Ty's podcast about it, about, like, how, like, minuscule things are. Like, the whole universe talking down to you're worried about, like, a Pico bill, you guys said.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm sitting here stressing about the dumbest things in life.
Yeah.
And these kids, like, this 10-year-old was, like, smiling, laughing with his mom, and he's covered in tumors, getting radiation. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's
doctors
so
like
wild, man.
were
Yeah.
pumping him with radiation. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be mad about anything today. Like, dude, when I left there, man, like, I left like silent. You know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, on the drive home, my dad's like, "Man, you're quiet. You don't want to talk." I'm like, "Man, it was just tough. Like, that's tough." Like,
Yeah.
you see kids like this, anybody, not even kids, anybody, but especially kids. It's like they have this whole life to live, and, like, you just want them to be able to live it.
Yeah.
Like, experience the things I did, you know, graduating high school and graduating college, you know, having a girlfriend.
Having a girlfriend, all that kind of
all
stuff.
that stuff. Getting
All that,
your
like, coming
license,
of age
dude.
stuff,
Like,
getting
do you
your
remember the day you got
license.
your license?
Yeah, I drove everywhere. I
Was
think
it like
I
the most
burned through,
fulfilling?
like,
One of the
3 or
most
4 different
seriously,
tanks of gas.
one of the most
Yeah.
fulfilling days of your life. Like, it was like your freedom, and, like, you want these kids to experience
To have
those
that.
milestones of, like,
Yeah.
this is my life, and, like, you know, it's just life is beautiful. Like,
It really is.
you know what I mean? Like, and it's tough if, you know, seeing kids that you hope can enjoy it, but
Yeah.
you don't know if they ever will. And
Yeah.
it's tough, dude. It wore on me.
Absolutely.
It wore on me.
Yeah, it definitely will. I think, and that's, you know, like, the people, I can only really speak to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and I hope they're okay with me, like, saying who they are, but, like, they
Okay,
kick fucking ass, dude.
course,
I'm
yeah.
telling you right now, they kick so much ass. Like, there's proven statistics on, like, kids who get that wish. They are so much more, I don't know the exact number, but they're so much more likely to come through.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's like, how, like, you can appreciate so much more. You know what I mean? Like, when do you feel the most alive? When you're in a life-threatening situation.
Yeah.
You know, think about it. If you almost, you know, you're driving and you almost rear-end somebody, you're like,
Dude,
you're
cup of
never
coffee hit
more
your brain,
alive.
yeah.
Yeah, you're never more alive than in that moment. And,
Yep.
like, these kids get these wishes and stuff, and it literally changes the course of their lives.
Yeah.
I would love to be able to give that to a kid, you know?
The people that succeed and that go on and beat diseases like that, they're like are the ones who are upbeat. You know, they stay the course, and some of them it's just a disastrous situation where it's, you know, terminal or whatever. There's nothing they can do.
Sure.
But ones that are, like, living that fight, and, like, my dad's a great example. Like, he got stem cell therapy, which is, like, you legit, like, got a transplant of the stem cells in his body.
Yeah.
And he went to work 4 days later.
That's
And, like,
insane.
I remember because my uncles are, you know, it's their business, and I remember them being like, "You have to go home." And he's
Yeah.
like, "I'm not going home. Like, this is my job. This is what's keeping me going.
This is what I do."
Leave me alone. Like, I'm fine." And that's what kept him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's, I think, if you have that mindset, and I think that translates to so much in life. You know what I mean? Like, the people who get so down on themselves and stuff, like, dude, just stay the course. Like, just look forward, keep doing what you're doing, and everything is going to work out better. Like,
Yeah.
even if you feel like you're getting beat down on a daily basis, like, your break is coming. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like, just
it's
go.
gonna happen.
Just go.
Well, that's what they say, you know, like, luck is when hard work meets opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not ready for it,
Exactly.
you know,
You're
or
right.
if you're not trying, or if you're not going through the steps of that process, then you're not going to be ready.
Absolutely.
You know, it just takes a certain amount of mental fortitude.
It does.
It's incredible, man, and I love it when people can, you know, live and like be able to tell that story.
Yeah.
Just it's
I think it ties into
super
what
powerful.
we first talked about, you know, are you built a certain way? Are you built being good? Are you built being
Yeah.
good? I think, you know, certain people are built being mentally tough, like ready
Yeah.
for that challenge.
Yeah.
Some people have it and some people don't. You know what I mean? And the ones
Yeah.
that have it are the ones that, you know, will always move on and there's, it's, you know what it is? It's not even that they get through a bad time. It's just that they don't harp on the bad times. You know what I mean? Like, they think about the good things.
The glass is
You know what I mean?
always half full.
Always, dude.
Yeah.
And I think it took me, even with my life, to realize, like, to start looking at it that way. Like, stop looking at everything that went to shit in your life and start looking at all the good. Because good things come of that. Like, I'm such a believer in, like, the universe of,
It's
like,
the law of attraction.
the law of attraction, like, attracting positivity. Like, it could be something as stupid as, like, like I remember like when me and my friends would like go play roulette in Atlantic City, and we're like, yo, like we need positivity here. We're gonna win. And like, yo, when we were like positive, upbeat, like boom, like it's winning, it's rolling. Like you're winning, like you're beating the casino. Like when you're like down, you're like, this is stupid. I'm losing. I suck.
Fuck.
And like it's so true. Like I know I'm like rambling, but like
not roll.
I read like the quote of like, you know, words are mankind's biggest weapon, and it's so true. Like our words are everything. I'm not talking about like physical weapons and like whatever.
No, yeah.
Words are everything to somebody. You know what I mean? Like it's like the whatever they did. I can't even think of the word, but the experiment that they did where they took like I think it was like a lemon and 2 lemons, and like they had like the good lemon and the bad lemon, and like the good lemon like, oh, like you're such a beautiful lemon, you're great, and you're gonna like stay like fruited forever.
I've never heard of this. They were talking to it,
and they do it with plants too. Yeah. So they'll take a good plant and a bad plant. I'll use plants because plants is a better example.
Well, I have heard of like singing to plants and all that kind of stuff.
Singing to plants and stuff. And it's a proven thing where they actually took a plant and spoke nothing but positivity to it, like good affirmations. You're beautiful. You're going to sprout. Look how beautiful you are, and played like good music around it. Then they went to the other plant. They're like, God, you're the ugliest plant in the world. Like, look how ugly you are. Why don't you just die already? And that plant died within like 3 days. And this other plant that they like spoke to was like sprouted and beautiful. Dude, straight up true, man. Like it's all about like energy. You know what I mean?
How amazing is that?
It's energy, dude.
It is energy.
It's energy.
Everybody
it's
gives off
energy.
that aura.
Yeah.
You know, and some people some people you're like, ooh, fuck, I don't know if I want to hang out with this person.
Seriously.
You know what I mean?
Seriously.
This is gonna be trouble.
And yeah, I think that like I see that I think the older that you get, the more you're able to see that in people. You know what I mean? Like
because you build up an awareness of like,
exactly.
all right, this happened and that happened,
and it has to do a lot of like life experiences. You know, so I'm able to like, I feel like I'm able now to like really see that in people and just, dude, I see that negativity in people all the time, like always just like talking down. It's like, yo, like just shut up, stop,
you
man.
just want to smack him,
smack him right in the teeth,
smack him in the head,
and like,
it's like, man, there's a whole world out there, man.
There's a whole world out
Look
there,
at
dude.
it, dude.
Like. Yeah, like people at my work, like I sit in my office and I hear them like bitch all the time, and I'm like, I have to put my headphones in because like, what am I gonna say in the workplace?
Yeah.
Like, I put my headphones in and I like put on some good music. I'm like, yo, like drain them out.
It's on.
But like I sit there and I laugh. I'm like, yo, like they create their own negative world. Like they're in such a hole in life because of them.
Yeah.
And they blame it on everything around them.
Yeah, I have a theory about that.
Give it to me.
So people will like that predisposition. The glass is either half full or it's half empty. People need something that's going to create positive momentum in their life. If they don't like their job, they're boring, they don't really have a worry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they can get food, they can get shelter, they have money, like all that kind of stuff. They're either going to do one of two things. They're going to use their time in a productive, like positive manner, or they're going to create some sort of drama, they're going to find something to complain about, and that's how they're going to pass their time. So think about it like this. If you did like if you have a job or you did something that sucked and you start making fun of it, you know, you do like the sarcastic thing like, oh yeah, I'm just doing it lightens up that workload for you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But it kills everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's just a defense mechanism, I think. But think about it, if you go into it and you're like honest with yourself, like, look, this job sucks, I hate doing this, but you know, I'm going to do it because I'm part of this team and this is what's going to help everybody. Yeah. And then it's contagious, man. All that kind of stuff is contagious. I mean, go into a CrossFit gym. Whoever owns the CrossFit gym, or whoever the head coach is, that's the vibe of the gym.
That is the vibe.
That's how it's going to be.
You're absolutely right.
I just started this jiu-jitsu class. And, dude, these guys are unfreaking believable. Like, they're the coolest people. Like, before I came here, I just spent an hour and a half trying to choke out guys and trying to break their arms. Not actually break their arms, but you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, you're trying to cement
and
them.
they're doing the same thing to me. And seemingly, like, you could go anywhere else and try to do that to somebody, and it would be just drama, and you get arrested and all this kind of stuff. But when I'm there, the environment that these guys created is so positive and so welcoming. Yeah. Like, black belts are rolling with white belts and taking care of each other, and everybody's just like on the same level as far as, look, you're trying your best, I'm trying my best, we're good.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
awesome.
And I think that's what it comes down to is people are gonna, you know, if it's something that you don't enjoy doing, why are you gonna try? And that's what causes all the bullshit.
I've heard that martial arts, jiu-jitsu, and all that is straight up like that. Like it's just such a
so
positive
awesome.
energy. And I'm so glad you brought this up because I want to talk about this so bad tonight. I'm glad you did.
Cool.
And we're gonna get into CrossFit now.
Yeah.
The state of CrossFit now compared to what it was like that 5 years ago. Would you agree that today's CrossFit did a 180 from what it was 5 years ago?
Yes.
You agree?
Totally.
If I asked you why you agree, what would you say?
All right. So when CrossFit first came about, it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, because of that environmental factor. You know what I mean? And everybody was just trying. Now it's just a dick measuring contest, and it's ego. A lot of it is just ego driven. I think ego got in the way.
Yeah.
It got so big beyond its capacity that ego got in the way. People found a way to, maybe honestly, man, you know what? Now that I'm thinking through this thought right here, it's probably got a lot to do with the competition aspect of CrossFit.
Absolutely.
Think about this. Anybody who comes into your gym who's never done a competition before, have they ever talked down on anybody, or have they ever had attitude or given shit to anybody?
Never.
Then you have somebody who competes, and even just a local CrossFit competition, they probably have some sort of ego that goes towards other people, because it just feeds that kind of stuff, feeds that fire, because maybe you do well and maybe you win something. Now you're like, oh, I'm the shit, dude. I got this. I'm better than somebody else.
Couldn't agree more.
But you're not fucking better than anybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you're rated, what I believe you should be rated on is your effort. It's an effort scale.
Yeah.
It's not how much weight can you lift, how fast can you do something. But we're so wrapped up now in the competition aspect of everything that it's getting moot, the effort portion of it. That's why you see people cheating on shit. Did you see the guy in the Open last year? He looped his fucking video. What a fucking idiot,
I know.
dude.
That's the guy in third. He got tested positive for PEDs.
He got tested. Yeah, it's freaking insane.
It's insane, man.
The PED thing, I'll be honest, doesn't surprise me one bit, because it's the sport of working out.
Yeah.
So but even if you think about it like this, I'll never forget this. There's this guy who used to go to one of my gyms, and not one of my gyms, but a gym that I worked at. And he was making a joke. He was like, I work out faster than you. And I'm like, oh, it is that dumb, isn't it? That's what it is.
Was he serious?
He was like, I just work out. No, he wasn't serious. He was being sarcastic.
Oh, he's being sarcastic.
He was like, look at this. He's like, I work out faster than you, or something like that. And I'm like, that's the funniest shit I've ever heard, because that's really what it is.
It's
You're
really
just
what it is.
freaking working out. That's all it is.
You're working out.
But for some reason, it's the ego. The ego gets in the way.
Yeah.
What do you think?
So I'll talk about my experiences, and you know me, I'll call anybody out, and I'll say it right to their goddamn faces. I don't care, because I hate shit, and I hate.
Well, we talked about that last time. It's refreshing. Man. People need it.
People need it, dude, and I have no problem. Anything I'll say right here behind this microphone, I'll say to their face. So when I give these examples, and I hope that they listen to this podcast somehow, because they do see me on social media. I know that. Hopefully they fucking listen and take a goddamn lesson from me right now.
Do it.
When I first joined Explode, right, I was so competitive. I grew up playing sports. Everything in my life was a competition. My life was a competition. My body growing against my brother was a competition. I'm gonna grow faster than you. Seriously, that's just being funny.
I know, dude, I have brothers. I know exactly.
You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So joining CrossFit, dude, it was the biggest ego hit, because when I went to Explode, it was like Brian, Cody, Ty, Lauren, Emily, Liz. All these girls, I can name 100 of them there.
Sick athletes.
And they are just running me into the ground every day. Just because I never done it before, but they've been there, so they know what they're doing. But it pissed me the fuck off, man, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. There was times in workouts where I would catch myself cheating, in my very earliest days of CrossFit, because I hated that I was losing so bad.
Yeah.
And then it finally dawned on me. It was dude, you're never gonna get better until you start putting the work in. So I started putting the work in. I started being I don't want to make it sound like I was always cheating. I cheated minuscule, maybe I had 3 wall balls left and I walked away.
This is a perfect example. You have integrity. You're a good integrity guy. Your integrity is intact. But even something, dude, it's competition.
It's competition.
It breeds that kind of stuff.
But me, 2 months into CrossFit, cutting 3-ball balls is a big difference. I would never in my entire
You're
life.
not looping your.
No, I'm not looping videos. That was once in a whatever. Anyway, so
No, you're good. Yeah, you're
when when I started getting good at CrossFit, which I thought was good, and then like Cody and Ty, like I would do workouts with them, and like at first I'm like, damn, why do they want to work out with me? And like I just realized like they were just being inclusive, like yo, like you're like we're friends, like you're cool, like it's working out, let's work out, and they whoop my ass. Like a workout that would take them 10 minutes might take me 16, but like me working out with them was making me that much better.
Yeah,
because I realized how intense I had to be, right? So I could have hated on them and been like, fuck them, I'm gonna do my own way and get better than them. But I would have never reached that intensity because I would have never have seen what their intensity was. So what I thought would be intense maybe wasn't even close to what they were doing. So if I never worked out with Cody, Brian, Ty, Emily, whoever, I would have never have made myself better. That's why I always tell people in here, I'm like, yo, like there's like the girls in here battle, and I'll use them as an example, like Mel and Kimber. Like they are two great CrossFitters now, but like a year ago, they butted heads hard because they wanted to be better than each other.
like they didn't get along.
Today, like now, they work out against each other every day, and the strides that they have made is insane because they're working out against each other. And if they want to compete, that's fine, but like do it the correct way.
Right.
So anyway, so all that being said, that's what it used to be about. It used to be about support, community, and like true community. Like let's all just have fun, man. Throw it down, like get food after. You know, like that's what it was.
Exactly.
And like you went to competitions and like, yo, like you were like fist bumping everybody. You were cheering on other teams. You were doing this. You were doing that. So that being said, last week or 2 weekends ago, we go to up in the Poconos. We did a competition up there at True Glory CrossFit, and it was called the Freedom Games. And this was all about raising money for vets. So Mel and Kimber were our girls RX team, and we got there and we realized there was like 3 of the girls teams were like regional teams. Like these girls were just sick.
Legit.
And whatever, long story short, Mel and Kimber fucking blew it out of the water and won. They made the finals. They were in first place the whole day. They get to the finals and we didn't know where they were at. So when they announced the final podium, they said the third place team, and it was like these 2 girls or whatever, and then they said the second place team, and the one girl's a prominent CrossFitter, and the other girl's been the regionals before. I know that for a fact because I know her personally. And they go up there and no smile, no nothing. Like just walked up on the podium. Like it was like they were mad that they didn't get first, which I get. Like you wanted to get first place. You guys are awesome.
But have sportsmanship.
Have sportsmanship. So Mel and Kimber went, dude. They're like jumping through the roof. Like we were cheering. Like everybody was like clapping for them. We're all like, dude, they were so pumped. Like they just beat these quality level girls. And like Kimber and Mel have legit only been like doing real CrossFit for like a year. So they get up on the podium, and the third place team like reaches over, fist bumps them, like congratulates them. Nothing from the second place team. Like Mel went out of her way to like be like, hey, like whatever. I don't know if they ended up shaking hands. I don't remember. But dude, there was just no sportsmanship towards them. So the next morning, dude, we go on like social media, and there was like these girls that they beat post like this. I'm not kidding, word for word. This chick legit wrote on an Instagram post, you know, she has to post some fucking stupid picture of her doing a snatch or doing some stupid fucking looking all cool, and then putting some motivational quote. And then it was like, it was believed that we were supposed to get first and second place. And the picture that followed, like she put up 2 pictures, was pictures of the girls who finished second and third. The teams, not like the podium of like them finishing third. It was just them 4 chicks in the gym. Like it was believed we were supposed to get second.
Oh,
and
like
third.
it was them standing side by
side, like just them with their arms around each other, like wearing their fucking dog tags that they got and carrying their gift bags that they competed so hard for. That they got fucking supplement packs that you can go to your local supplement carrier that will give you the same supplement packs instead of you going fucking recruiting CrossFitters to win a local competition, you asshole. You know what I mean? Like, chill out, dude. You're recruiting to win a prize pack.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they put up this post, and it was like, we were believed to get second and third place, and yada, 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 even though there was a judging, and dude, called out the gym. Yo, they went on Facebook.
They called out the gym that it was hosted at.
Yes. The girl's mom went on Facebook and wrote a Facebook review. 1-star reviewed it and said, I would never recommend this gym to anybody because of the horrible judging at a competition, yada, yada, yada. Yo, and it like...
What?
Here's the worst part, right? We're like looking at it and we're like, all right, this is fucked up. Like, grow up, first off. But like, now like you're taking something away from the girls that just beat you, that I program for, that I make workouts for, and I watch how much they fucking work their asses off, and like you're taking now away from them.
Yeah.
Like you made it about you losing and not about them winning. Fuck you, dude. And that's what CrossFit's become. It's become this bullshit competition where people are going to these local comps and it's all about fucking Instagram followers and fucking promo codes for them to get their fucking free supplement shit. Like, shut the fuck up. Wear your fucking clothes because I'm fucking seeing your whole goddamn body exposed. Like, stop, man. Dude, I'm fired the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
I'm fired up.
This is crazy.
Dude, I couldn't believe it. And like, I literally remember like waking up that morning. We stayed up in the mountains and like we were like drinking all night, having a great time. We woke up and like the two girls, they were like, man, like why can't we just like win like and not have like this controversy? Because like they made it all about how the judging was fucked up, whether it was or not. Like you don't need to go out of your way to call anything out. It is what it is, dude. Accept where the fuck you're at. You got beat by these two fucking girls who've never won a competition, who've never fucking sniffed regionals, and they fucking wiped the floor up with you, dude. Like, shut the fuck up. I fucking hate it, dude.
Dude, that kills me, dude.
Dude, it fires me up.
It fucking kills me.
Dude,
it's insane.
It's just not fun. Like, dude,
it's
like,
not fun.
They're not making it fun anymore.
You know what it is? It takes away, because here you have these two girls that work so hard, and they finally get the payoff.
Yeah.
And then it all gets debunked.
Just gets fucking debunked,
because those other two girls that got second place, it's just selfish and it's egotistical, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
That's what happens because, like you said, it's all about this. Hey, look at me! How many Instagram followers I have? Watch me hit this PR with 1.5 pounds on each side of the bar. Like,
absolutely,
stop, dude.
And like,
stop.
And like, you go look at her page. Like the one girl that made this post, she was the third place finisher. I wish I knew her name because I'd call her the fuck out right now. You go to her page, and on it, like her bio says, I'm not kidding. Like it's like her fucking profession, competitive CrossFit athlete. Like that's what you're living for. Like that's what you're living for. Like that's what you want to be known as in life. Like you're a professional fitness racer, and you're not proud about anything else in your life.
Fitness
like,
racer,
come on, man. Like, what are you doing, dude? And like, I support anybody, but if you're gonna act like that much of a fucking asshole, fuck you.
Get out.
Fuck you, dude.
Get out.
I don't need that shit.
No.
Because now every outsider that looks and reads their posts are like, oh damn, like, oh these two regional teams lost to these two unknown girls. But the judging probably sucked and something was up.
Yeah.
So it takes away. It's like,
come on,
man.
Dude.
Like, dude, it made me so fucking mad.
Dude, that's exactly, that's what it is. That's where it came to.
It's crazy, dude.
That's where
it's
it came
crazy.
To.
Like, like you can.
When you first joined CrossFit, how fucking awesome was it?
There was nothing. I tell stories like to this day about it. Like, great story. I don't want to keep him. I'm sorry.
No, go.
Dude, so back to Mark Miller. We used to do an annual Vegas San Diego trip because my buddy lives in San Diego. So we would go to Vegas for 3 days, 3 nights, and then go to San Diego for 3 nights. So we did it. It was in 2014. And, we went to Vegas for 3 nights. Dude, just annihilated, trashed. And we fly to San Diego. So the next day we wake up. And it was like a Monday. So, like, my buddy had work. And he's like, yo, like, you guys can have the car. Like, do whatever you want. So, like, I'm like, yo, we're fucking in San Diego. Let's go to Invictus. Like, I need to drop in there, right?
Yeah,
like, Invictus is like one of the world-renowned
first big deal CrossFit
gym. It's the CrossFit gym. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so we go, and I'm like, I Google it in maps, and it's like, okay, cool, like Point Loma, like we go there. But I'm like, I feel like it was somewhere else. So we pull up, grand opening of their new location. It was their second location. Ooh. We're like, yo, how fucking awesome is this? Mind you, we just came off of a 3-night bender in Vegas.
Yeah.
So we walk in. There's like Lauren Fisher, like Heather Hippensteel, who was on their team, and all these fucking big name people,
like,
dude.
Big name.
Huge.
Athletes,
And we're like, oh, fuck. Like, we're in heaven right now, right? Because it's fun.
Yeah.
And this is like when CrossFit, I think, was still fun. Like, I think 2014 to 15 was like the transition of all the shit we're talking about now.
I think you're right.
But this was like.
I'll tell you why, too. I know exactly why.
So we go in, pay the drop-in fee, sign up. We're from Philly. Yeah, we've done CrossFit before, whatever. It was a partner workout of a 20-minute AMRAP or something, right? So we get going, we get all stretched out, dude. There's like 60 people in his class, dude. Like the place is loaded.
Insane,
it was
dude.
insane. So me and Mark start working out, right? And I'll never forget because the workout, it was it was like transitions of like something rowing wall balls. And so we would go from the rower and like I'd be able to see who's doing wall balls in front of me, and then like I go to the wall ball, I don't know what's going on behind me. So like I go to wall balls, right? And I finish my set, I turn out, Mark's gone. we're like 8 minutes in, right? So he's gone. I can't find him. I'm like, where's my partner at? So I'm like looking around, like, Mark, where you at? Yo, he is out. Mind you, it's a grand opening. There is vendor tables out front everywhere. There is 300 people in this facility, and he is over the front railing just throwing up everywhere, coughing up a lung. Dude, I am dying, right? Like, I'm in the middle of my workout, and the coach is like, "Yeah, your boy didn't make it." I'm like, "Bro, we just flew in from Vegas. We were there for 3 nights." He goes, "Oh, it totally makes sense. You're good." I'm like, "Oh my god!" So I continue to work out. Mark comes in, dude, sits against the wall. I'm like, in total Mark fashion, like, "Bro, you're in Invictus. Like, this is CJ Martin's fucking place."
It's like quote unquote like sacred CrossFit ground.
Now he's got a fucking dip in his lip. Coming down his chin, and he's leaning against the wall. Dude, I had to go up to the coach. I'm like, listen, I'll be honest, I picked this dude up on the way here. Like,
up on the way here. Dude, I just met this guy on the flight.
Like, he would have tried CrossFit, I don't know. But dude, Mark is a fucking disheveled mess. But like, yo, the coolest part is like, I feel like if we did that last weekend, like, we would have been shunned forever.
Oh, dude, you'd be out.
Then it was like, yo, they were loving it, man. They were like, this is fucking great. They were like taking pictures of him and shit. I'm like, Mark, you're gonna be on Invictus's website as like the dude who came in here and just threw up everywhere. Like, it was fucking great.
Damn, that's awesome. I love it.
I want to know your reason, but I think that after the 2014 CrossFit season, I think that's when everything went downhill.
You know what 2014 was though? Wasn't 2014 was the last year that the regions were
correct. You're absolutely right.
Normal.
It was just the Mid-Atlantic. It was a Mid-Atlantic.
It was Mid-Atlantic, South. Like everybody had their own region. Like how it started.
And it was like 45 teams, 45 people from each thing. It wasn't 20 or whatever it was.
Yeah. Cut to the next year, they go down to 20 people in the Mid-Atlantic. Like this is just because this is the region that we're in. 20 people from the Mid-Atlantic meet 20 people from the Southeast.
Yes.
And that's your 48 region.
Because you went that year.
I did.
You went that year.
Dude, I had been to regionals in years before that, as an individual and on a team. Funnest fucking time ever. Yeah. So much fun. Because everybody's in the warm-up area, joking around, having fun. Everybody trains with everybody. Everybody knows everybody. You could go to any gym you wanted, train there. There wasn't really rules on, like, you know, you have to have this amount of training days at this gym to be on that team. Everybody just kind of, like, it was a big, like, underground, just like bro sesh, basically.
Absolutely.
It's so much fun. Mm-hmm. And CrossFit was built essentially on being that underground garage gym style. And that's kind of like, that's kind of how it came about. You know, that's the aura that surrounded CrossFit at the time.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it carried over into all the athletes. So we're back there and, like, you know, like, I'm a pretty lighthearted guy. So I'm messing around with everybody, making jokes like this and that. What are you doing for the workout? Like, hiding people's belts or whatever it is. Like, just messing with everybody. Like, same thing you do in the gym. Go to the next year. The next year, it's the 20 and 20, and then you meet, and we're down in regionals. And
it was in Georgia, right?
It was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It was in Atlanta. I'm in the back in the warm-up area. Different. Completely different.
Like,
so much tension.
Nobody spoke. Tension was high.
Nobody talked. Nobody did anything. I tried to talk to people. I tried to mess with them, like have fun, like all that kind of stuff. No, shut down immediately. I was standing in the crowd. I'll never forget this. And this is where I kind of had this aha moment, like, ooh, it's different now. You know, I was standing in the crowd, and the workout had, I don't know, it was like snatches and handstands. It was something like, you know, something along those lines. Point is, there were no pull-ups in the workout. Look at the guy next to me. I was like, dude, what are you going to do for the pull-ups? How are you going to break these pull-ups up? Dude, this fucking guy looks at me with the look of death. Like, what do you mean there's pull-ups in the...
He's like freaking out. Like,
what workout are we doing? Where are we? Like, completely threw him off. I almost felt bad a little bit because I totally fucked with his head, and I wasn't trying.
Because he's dialed in now.
Mess with him. Like, I was like, everybody's this lighthearted thing. He's dialed in. There's no pull-ups in the workout. I'm like, what are you gonna do for the pull-ups? And he might as well have just shit himself and just walked out the floor. But here's the thing.
Did you say something like?
I was like, oh. All right, good luck, man. Like, did
you leave him with the thought that there was
yeah.
He's like getting his wrist wraps out and shit.
He's like, like, I need my grips. I need my
Guys, we got
grips.
fucking pull-ups.
I need my grips.
No, you don't, Mark. What are you talking about?
Dude, no, you don't. Yeah, but dude, it was like I had this aha moment. I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy, it's insane. It's completely different now. And then, but you know what? It was like a saving grace. There's this guy. His name's Sean Thompson. He's from Philadelphia.
I know.
Awesome
He's right down the street here.
Oh, is he?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
He's an old school guy, man.
Yeah.
He'd been to old school regionals.
Old school regionals, dude.
So I finally see Sean, and he ends up being in my heat and stuff. And
he was down there on team?
He was individual. It was the first year. He made it individually.
What year? 2000. Oh, in Atlanta?
15. Yeah. He
Oh,
was
really?
down there.
I didn't know he made individual.
Yeah,
he
was down
did.
there.
That's right. Dude, he's 3 miles away from here.
Yeah. He's
crazy.
awesome. He's such a cool guy. So I finally see him and I'm like, dude, Sean, what's up, bro? And we like messing around in the back. And he's like, dude, everybody's so serious. I'm like, we're like helping each other with strategies for the workouts.
Because you guys have been there when it was like what
Everybody
CrossFit
helped.
was.
You would help people, hey, say it's a max snatch. What are your jumps for the snatch? Let me help you. I'm competing against you, but I want to help you because I want to see you do well. That's how it was. That's not how it is now. And everybody hides their warm-ups. Nobody wants to tell people what they're training. Everybody's like, oh, my diet's this and this.
It's so crazy,
It's all this kind of stuff. It's so cutthroat that it takes away from the originality that it had.
You know what I think a lot contributes to it is this whole newfound recruiting tool that everybody's doing. Like the recruiting that's going on with bringing all these people together to make these super teams.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's causing that much more tension because all these what's the word I'm looking for? Like there's so much being like they're putting so much on the line. Like what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think. I got a brain block right now. Like they're gonna feel like they feel so responsible to hold up their end of the bargain, right? So like they recruit, right? You take 3 guys who've never worked out before together. You take 3 girls, they've never worked out before, maybe for like the previous 3 months.
Yeah.
But they don't really know each other in and out. So like they feel so much pressure on themselves. Like I have to do this.
Yeah.
So they build themselves up to be like, I need to show how good I am to this team. And I think that's
like
the problem.
proving grounds.
And that's even happening like in local competitions with top talent. Like I'm seeing these people and it's like it's people they don't work out with on an everyday basis. It's not the people that they grew up with in CrossFit. It's like they write somebody an email like, "Hey, you want to do this comp with me?" And like they never met them before. And I'm like,
we're going to win.
Why? Yeah, like,
we're going to win.
Like again, you're trying to win prize packs from the local supplement store.
Go to Vitamin Shop.
Like chill.
Go to GNC.
Like have fun, dude. Right?
Yeah.
Like when we went to the comp in the Poconos, we had a team in scaled women's. We had a team in women's RX, and then we had 2 guys teams in RX. So we had 4 teams up there. And we had, and I'm not kidding, dude, we had our girls won the scaled division for first place, and our girls won the RX division. And I completely attribute it to the fact that they work out together all the time, that they know exactly everything.
Look at any team that wins a Super Bowl. They all hang out.
They all hang out, right?
Yeah.
So it's okay. So that's a good example of Super Bowl. So CrossFit has now made themselves like we're a sport. Like we are a sport, and this is what we do.
Absolutely.
They've even put up stats on the screen when you watch the CrossFit games about championships of throwing against like the New England
Snatch,
Patriots.
Clean and jerk.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, okay, you want to compare yourself to like the New England Patriots football. Okay, so like let's really look at it from a sport angle. Like you're going to try to recruit people and work out with people when you don't know the ins and outs of really what they're good at. Because they're not going to tell you shit. Like, their ego's too high.
I'm good at everything.
Like, I'm good at everything. I can fucking
need.
do this. I can do
I'll
that.
do anything.
It's like, that's why I always say, when I work out with somebody I don't know, like, if we do, like, a throwdown or something, and, like, we're just, like, working out bullshit with guys, and they're like, oh, yeah, I can snatch, like, 240. I'm like, okay, you can snatch 220. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm taking 20 pounds off your snatch.
Okay.
You're not hitting 240. I can clean and jerk 300. 360 or 260. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Whatever you're saying, I'm taking fucking 20% off. You know what I mean?
Because ego.
Because it's ego,
gets in the
dude,
way.
right? Like, you got to, like, I want to work out with, like, me and Jay always do competitions now together, and, like, we just did, like, the Lollapalooza qualifiers. And, like, we, like, even each other out so well. And, like, in the competition, like, it showed, again, like, there was a couple guys, regional teams there. And we placed, I think it was 5th in the top 4 into the finals. But, like, dude, we shouldn't have been in 5th place in this workout. Like, we don't work out consistently enough together and do these things. But we do it together because, like, we feel it's going to feel so much more, like, I can't even think right now. I got all these brain blocks.
It just feels better.
It feels
it's
better
more
if I were to
fulfilling.
win. It's more fulfilling
Yeah.
if I get first place with Justin standing on a podium than some guy I'm not going to talk to for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I just
Yeah,
wish,
yeah.
I wish that people around here and like in CrossFit would just bring that hometown cooking thing back. Like,
That's what
yo,
I'm trying to
do
do,
it with
man.
the people that you fucking grew up
Yeah.
with, man. Like, just and have fun doing it. Like, all right, maybe you guys aren't going to win now, but like, plan on like 6 months down the road, you guys are going to do better. Like everything is just about winning now at CrossFit, man. It's like, it's a shame. Like it really is a shame.
It was this unspoken bond.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I could have never met you before a day in my life. And I love this because this is how my gym is. Like nobody is a competitive CrossFitter. People do local competitions and that kind of stuff. But for the most part, no one's going to regionals or anything, but it's just this unspoken bond. Everybody puts all their effort into every workout. Yes. Whatever they can put into the workout that day, that's what they're putting into. And then without it even being said, you can just look around the room. Everybody gives each other a look and a nod. Like, yes, we did that together. I feel closer to you, even though I may not have ever met you a day in my life. And that's what I'm catching with jiu-jitsu also. I've never met a lot of these guys before, but here I am trying to choke them out.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah.
But because I'm I'm humbly trying. Let me phrase that. I'm humbly trying my best, you know, and people pick up on that.
Absolutely.
And it's received, and so they take care of me. Like they'll put me in something. This guy choked me out 3 times in a triangle choke today. He was kicking my ass.
Wow.
Yeah. But every time he was like, dude, this is what you did. This is how you defend it.
He fixed it. He told you what you were doing wrong.
He took what he choked me out with and told me how to stop him from doing it.
Do you know why? Because not only did he want you to get better, he also wants you to be better so that he can get better as well.
Exactly.
Or that he can work as hard because he wants you to be on a level where it's going to challenge him.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. And it's just honest. It's genuine and it's honest. And the dishonesty isn't happening. And here's a story. I did a competition with my little brother, Evan. He's 16 years old. He's a sick fucking athlete. He's
been in the CrossFit Games a couple times.
He's been in the CrossFit Games in the teenage division a couple times. He's insane. But he gets wrapped up in this, like, putting a lot of pressure on himself, and I think he gets wrapped up in this new age world of CrossFit where, like, you know, it's a dick measuring contest, and you got to be this, and you got to have all these followers, and you got to do this, and all this kind of stuff, and I'm not like that.
Yeah.
Like, I only got a Facebook because I started doing Movement 33. That's it. You know what I mean? All that.
You work out off the record, basically.
Yeah, off the fucking record. So, I do this competition with Evan, and I love doing it because here we are, like, pretty well off. I have 2 things about this. So, one, Evan gets really fired up. So in the warm-up area, I'm just dicking around with him the whole time. Messing around with him, keeping it light, making fart jokes, doing all this stuff. Like, the one workout out snatches in it, I'm like pretending to snatch the bar with like one arm and like all this stupid shit. Like just messing around.
Fun, man.
Having fun with my brother, man. Yeah. And so we go out there and the one time and you know, he never would have done that had I not been doing that with him. And it would have been high pressure. He would have gotten down on himself if he didn't do as well, all that kind of stuff. And that's not what it's about. Just try your best and you can be happy. Yeah. So the one thing it had, we were splitting like 30 clean and jerks between each other. And so me and him decided we'll go like, you know, 5 and 5 or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. So anytime he was doing his 5, I would like dance in front of him and like mess with him, you know, like, or he'd like clean and jerk so his arms up over his head and I'd like smack him in the belly, you know, just to like mess with him, dude, in the middle of the competition. And it's like so funny. Like the one time he did 5, dropped the bar, but I was dancing facing like the other way. And like, he was like, dude, it's your turn. I was like, oh, you know? But that's how it's got to be.
It's gotta be.
That's how it's got to be. And we did really well, and we luckily we ended up winning this competition. Cut to this other side of it, there was this other team there, and the first thing this fucking guy says to me, and part of me was like, all right, don't be an asshole. Like,
is this a known guy?
No,
okay.
No, and he goes, oh, dude, he's like, I'm glad you guys are here. It's gonna be us. It's teams of 2. It's gonna be us 4 battling all day.
Oh.
And I was like, in the back of my head, I'm like, dude, like I don't. This might be douchey of me to say, but I'm like, no, dude, I'm fucking better than you.
Yeah, you'll wipe the floor.
No, I am way better than you at this.
But
stuff.
You would never come out and say.
But
that.
I would never say that. But the only reason I thought that is because he was like, it's gonna be us, like kind of like the call out, dude.
At that point, did you want? At that point, did you want to do really well to fucking humble this dude?
You know what I did, dude? The first workout was a snatch, like a max snatch.
Please say you came out and let out with like 275.
First rep, 275.
I fucking know, dude, you like a book.
I
know you like a book.
I set it up, and they were in the lane right next to us, and it was like a max snatch. Now for anybody who's an Olympic weightlifter, that's not a heavy snatch compared to Olympic weightlifting. I understand that.
Fucking douche.
But for CrossFit, it's good.
It's really good. It's cool. Really good. Yes.
So it's a snatch from the floor, can't drop it, hang snatch,
Catch it overhead.
and you got to do it. So it's 2 rep max basically, snatch and then a hang snatch.
You did 275?
Yeah. Set it up. So he's going and he's looking at our bar the whole time. And Evan went first. He hit his lifts and he actually did really well. He hit a lift that he wasn't expecting to hit. But anyway, and this guy's like, spine over on us the whole time. Yeah. You can just feel it. You can just feel it. And I know that it's his ego that's doing this. And in my head, I'm like, all right, dude, I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
Like, we're having fun today. This is going to be a fun fucking day. I'm not going to fucking let you ruin it. Yeah. So I put on 275, and I knew he wasn't going to. I think they were, like, kind of stopped up around, like, 205. So I was like, all right. So I did it. Dude, I fucking nailed it. I nailed it, dude.
That is amazing.
And it felt really,
sick.
like, it was awesome, man. It felt really good. And so I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going up. So I went to 295, and I hit the snatch from the floor clean, like smoked it. Went to the hang, kind of lost grip, didn't get it. Point is, I didn't get it. But I looked over when I put 295 on the bar, and I just saw him like humbled.
It set him in place.
It set him in place. And here's the thing. I'm not saying that I'm the end-all, be-all, and I'm going to put people in their place. That's not my vibe.
No.
But when you come to me first with your ego on your sleeve and you're telling me, like, hey, like, today it's fucking on, like, well, like, it's going to be us, we're battling all day. I'm like, dude, I'm here having fun with my fucking brother. Don't bring that shit here. I don't care if me and Evan got 12th place in that competition out of 10 fucking teams. I don't care. Yeah. I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
And luckily, like, I was able to do that, and it kind of, like, selfishly felt good.
Yeah.
But that's not what it's about, dude. It's this local competition. Just have fun, man. I would have helped you through that entire competition. I would have said, dude, this is, maybe think about these jumps. I would have helped you. I would have been there for you. We could have been supported. We could have been bros at the end of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't fucking like that guy.
Absolutely. Dude, seriously.
I don't fucking want to see him. I don't like him. I don't want to work out with him. I don't like him.
We did, when we did Summer Slams, like the big event around here, and it's teams of 6, 3 guys, 3 girls, and it's a CrossFit Generation. And this past year, we were doing really well. And I remember it was the last workout of the day, and it was like the last heat was going, and we were just finished. And we're like, there was like a hill where like you sit up on and watch. And I remember like the one team, it was like these huge logs, 150-pound logs you put on with a partner on your shoulders and do squats with them. And like they like didn't put them on their shoulders, they put them up in like the deadlift position, and we're squatting. And like everybody from like our team and like my gym was like getting all upset, like, oh, like look at this team, like this is bullshit, this isn't allowed. I'm like, yo, who cares? Who cares? Yeah. Like, if the judges are going to call it, they're going to call it. If not, whatever. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. Yeah. Like, just let it go. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, people need to be more vocal about that. Like, right? So, like, if I sit around a competition, like, and, like, if I'm competing, like, I'll definitely be like, yo, like, I fucking need to do this. Like, I'll get serious, Because
I put effort
I put effort to it. I signed up for a reason, and I want to win. But at the same time, I'm not going to go out of my way to discourage myself on something that I can't control during it, right?
Yeah.
So, if a team finds a way to beat the rules and beat the system, the judges say it's okay, I could have did it too.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I could have did the same thing and I didn't do it. So why, like, who cares? Like, I told them, I said, guys, sit down. There's nothing you can do. Like, it is what it is. Let it go.
I think that's what it is, man. And it's, it just kills me, man. It kills me. And you know what I think it's doing, man? And CrossFit now, and here's like, the hesitancy for me with talking about this is because your gym isn't like this and my gym isn't like this. My gym, I think, represents kind of the grassroots deal with CrossFit. Like, you come in, you fucking try, everybody slaps hands after, and then you get on out, man, and you just wish the best. But what's happening now CrossFit has this aura about it. Now there's this thing where everybody is like, oh, you do CrossFit? Oh, like, you're probably going to get injured, or you're just like now it's like, oh, I do CrossFit. Now you're in this label of douchery. Posting. Douchery. Yeah, douchery.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Because that is completely not what it was built on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They always say in the announcements and stuff like, oh, the person who's finishing the workout last gets the biggest cheers. And that's what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you recognize that somebody's trying. But now it's just becoming this, like, this pissing contest. And it's like, oh, just like, like you said, like, put on your sports bra and your booty shorts and take a picture of you squatting with your ass hanging out. Dude. Like, that's what it is. It sucks.
You would think these girls that do this on Instagram are like the greatest CrossFitters of all time.
Yeah, you filtered it.
Because they looked the part. They looked the part, right? Like,
it's fucking filtered.
That's the fucking filter. That's the expert to filter.
Look,
I know all about it.
I'm not discrediting anybody who actually does work hard and, like, be proud of yourself. I'm not body shaming anybody. I'm just saying be honest.
It's not even about body shaming, dude. Genuine. It's about it's about priorities, right? And
who are you doing it for?
Exactly. So this is my issue is like, we know where it's coming from. Like, we know why people are like this, but we can't stop it because it's happening in the masses. But like, don't go and post a picture with this motivational quote about how humble you are in life and how hard you work and all this when we see right fucking through it.
Yeah.
Right?
And
like,
then post about how the judges lost.
Exactly. Like, we see right through it, man. Like, just
yourself.
like, it is what it is. Like, dude, like, she would have looked so much better by just putting up a post of the podium, them placing third, them standing at the third place box and being like, we gave it our all. We had an awesome time. Thanks to your Glory CrossFit for raising $3,000 for veterans that come home from war. That's it.
That's amazing.
She would have been looked at.
I didn't even know that was part of that competition.
It was. They raised.
That's even worse.
They raised $3,000. It was about veterans that come home with PTSD, and we raised $3,000 at the competition. That this gym could have kept $3,000 for themselves and put into their gym, but they gave it to this fucking local veteran place.
It's awesome.
And this girl goes and posts this shit like,
5 stars.
And dude, like, the worst part was like the comments, like, you know, enabling her, like, oh my god, it was so bad, you beat them girls. Like, it was just like,
really?
Yo, like, oh,
really?
dude, I can show you. I'll show you the post. I'll show you the post. And the comments, of girls like, oh, you guys beat them. We know the truth. Like, and it's like, come on, man. Like, you're making yourself look so bad. But not only that, you're making all of us look bad. Like, you're making all of us, man. Like, you
say that you do CrossFit. You're a representative of CrossFit.
Your bio says you're a competitive CrossFit athlete.
Yeah.
Stop acting like a fucking asshole that is making all competitive CrossFit athletes look like assholes. Because not all of us are like that. Because, when we did Lumber Games last year, remember? We did that Lumber Games.
Yeah.
That was, I was telling somebody in here, I said, yo, that's the last time that I went to a competition and just fucking had fun. Because I don't know if you remember, but all of us that were competing in the RX men's division were all old school dudes.
Yes.
Like Jordan Troyan.
Like Jordy,
All of us.
I was with Eddie Fordyce.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
All us dudes that were there, like when CrossFit was fun, 2012, 13, 14. And we all had a good time doing it. Nobody was bitching or complaining.
Yeah.
Everything was cool.
Who cared? No, I don't think nobody gave a shit.
Yo, I was going to say, at one point, I remember us in the last workout being like, yo, what place are we in? And my partner was like, I have no idea.
No
I'm
idea.
Like, cool. Like, that's cool. Like, we'll figure out later.
Cares?
Like, we didn't even know.
I had a blast. There was a trail run in that workout, in that first one.
Yo.
You know what I did? I gave Eddie the ball because he's a sick runner. I trailed behind him and just blocked. I just blocked the whole trail.
Yo, how fucking steep was that hill on that first run?
I was walking up that motherfucker.
Well, they were like,
people were trying to get by me. I could kind of see their shadow, and I'd like pretend to stumble to the side, and then stumble to the other side. They can't get by.
Well, like, and when we first got there in the morning, the guy was like, "Oh yeah, you can go check out the hill." So we like walk up, like looking, like, "That's not too bad." But then, like, when you did it. The fucking hill, it was like fucking Mount Everest. I swear to God, like it was.
Dude, it was.
It was forever.
horrible.
That was fun competition
was
because
so much
everybody
fun.
was just like, there was like vendors there, like giving out free food and all. It was just like everybody's walking around talking, like having a good fucking time.
I loved it.
And it's just like that's going out the window and like imagine what's happened in 2 years, like in the past 2 years, like imagine where it's going to be.
Where's it going?
Like.
I mean, you have people who you look at the top guys. Now, I'm a Matt Fraser fan.
Big time.
I love
Matt
guy.
Fraser, yeah.
He's fucking awesome. So I think he's the pinnacle of CrossFit right now.
Agreed.
Comfortably say that. And he's a great representative of it. Just like Rich Froning was a great representative of it. Look at anything involving Rich Froning. His door is always open. There's always everybody in his house.
Always positivity, dude.
Like, always, he's putting people up. He's letting them train with them. Everybody's welcome. I love it. That's what it's supposed to be about. But he's an old school guy.
Yeah, old school dude.
You know
not to cut you off, but we had 3 girls go to Nashville and they dropped into Mayhem.
Yeah.
They said it was the best experience ever. Yo, they
awesome.
they took pictures of them and like put them on their Instagram, like drop-ins from like Pennsylvania.
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
Dude, like that's a shit like
that's cool, man.
Yeah, like,
that's the way it should be. And I just hesitate, man. It sucks with this this new aura that's about it. I'll feel it. Well, it's a double-edged sword because on one hand, it's fucking amazing what these athletes are doing. These guys are in shape.
Crazy.
Dude. It is insane. There was a max snatch at the games.
Yeah.
There was multiple people hitting 300-pound snatches.
That's insane.
Take 2 years ago, maybe 2 people.
I was gonna say I know of 2 people that did it.
Maybe.
I think Elijah Muhammad and Rich Froning were the only 2 that I knew that did that.
Yeah. It's incredible. So the level of fitness is unbelievable.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that's incredible, but it gets sideswiped by all this other shit that goes on.
It is. It's absolutely out of control. But
I think honestly, I think what it is, because here's the thing. I can't even say that, man. I'm thinking old school, because everybody got into CrossFit from like us, because dude, when I started doing CrossFit, I didn't even know you can compete. I didn't know it was a thing.
Really?
I
Like, you just thought it was like a workout.
I just thought it was a fucking workout, dude. I had a friend who I grew up with, her mom. I saw her mom, and she said, "Oh, what are you doing to work out?" I just graduated high school. I wasn't doing shit. I said, "What do you do to work out?" I was like, "I don't do anything." She's like, "Oh, you used to wrestle and play football. You would be great at this CrossFit stuff." I don't even know what it is. She's like, "Come to a class. It's a 9:30 a.m. class." And anybody who goes to a 9:30 a.m. class knows that it's all moms.
Yeah.
It's a mom's
class.
class.
A mom time right there,
dude.
Man.
It was all moms that I knew, because I went to school with their kids.
With their kids. Oh, my God, yeah.
I came in dead last to all of them.
Nah.
All of them.
How bad did that hit your ego?
Dude.
Because you played football and everything.
I played football. I was like a pretty good football player. I was a pretty good wrestler. Pretty, you know what I mean? And I went into this class, man, and I got my ass kicked.
It was bad, huh?
Big time, dude. And I was like, holy shit, this is the next level.
But
this
it's humbling.
is it.
Yeah,
this is amazing. And that could have happened one of two ways. I could have gotten ego shot, went back to Planet Fitness, and just
that's fucking soft. It was stupid.
Done nothing. Yeah, CrossFit.
But the real reason was because you got your ass kicked.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I mean?
But no one knows that.
Yeah, no way.
But luckily, man, I took it the other way, and I was like, I remember leaving class, and I was like, oh man, dude, you just got whooped. They just wiped the floor with you, these moms. That can't be it.
Yeah.
I was like, this can't be your legacy.
Yeah.
This can't be, you know what I mean?
So
this can't be it, dude. You got to redeem yourself, man.
CrossFit, I don't want to go down to that.
I can't be that, man. I can't be that. So I was like, oh my gosh, what do you do? So I signed up, man. Went back, and that was that. And then, I'll be honest, man, the first 2 or 3 months, didn't even know that it was a competition. No idea. I just wanted to work out, and there was this competition in the gym, and that's how it all started.
From a competitive background, you found that.
From a competitive background, but also just the environment, man. Everybody was cool. I was making one of the things I love is that everybody was ageless. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Ageless.
That's a good way to put it.
Once you walk into the gym, nobody's any certain age. Nobody has any title.
That's such a good way to put it.
Yeah. I'm over there making dick jokes with moms of 3.
Yo, here's a good quiz.
What I mean? And it's awesome.
If I went into your gym and asked you to look at everybody and tell me their age, would you be able to?
Not even close.
Dude, I don't know most of my members' ages.
Not even close.
People that I've been hanging out with for well over a year now here.
Yeah.
I literally had to ask them recently, how old they are.
Mm-hmm. My little brother's 16. Evan is 16. Now
he's only 16?
He's only 16. Wow. He hangs out with kids in college.
Yeah.
Because they know each other from training and being at the gym. There's no age. They're on the same level.
Dude, CrossFit,
it's amazing.
In a good CrossFit community, it's all inclusive.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? Everybody just enjoys welcome. Everybody. You're all welcome. Yeah. The weirdest dude off the street could come in and he could be your best friend tomorrow.
I love it.
You know what I mean? And,
I love you. I love you for being weird. Thank you.
Seriously.
But you don't see that as much anymore.
No,
now somebody walks in, and if you're, this isn't every coach or every gym owner, but you're kind of evaluator. You're like, oh, is this going to be someone that I can train to go to regionals?
Exactly.
Is this going to be someone that I can put my name on? Oh, dude, I train them, or they go to my gym.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Rather than just being, hey, this is somebody who wants to live healthier, and that's how it used to be, and that's I think how it should be. But people are getting into CrossFit now to compete.
Now. If you have that person that comes to you and says, I want to compete and I want to be really good.
I'll help you.
You help them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what we have here. We have people that are I want to get to regionals. I want to be very good. Mm-hmm. I'm going to do everything I can to help them out.
Right.
But I'm going to make them remember not to get ahead of themselves. I don't want you to ever change the person that you are outside of a CrossFit gym because of what happens in here. And you see that a lot, man. People, I know people who I literally remember walking into Explode the first day and signing up. And I see them now, and the person that they were that first day, I look at them now and I'm like, what the fuck happened to X? You know what I mean? Where are they? And I know it's all in the gym because their persona is that CrossFit persona. That I'm a fucking competitor, eat my shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just I'm better than you in everything I do in life.
Yeah.
And it's chill.
Yeah.
Chill.
That's one of the things that I really liked about Explode is that was the first gym that, whether you were a competitor or not, you did the class Metcon.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Everybody else had, oh, this is my individualized program, or this is what I do. You don't do this. This is mine. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I got this personalized program, or I'm doing the competitors program today, and all that kind of stuff, and it just creates that division. But what I love about Explode is, and I do this for my gym now. I program for my gym now how I would if someone came to me, hey, I want to compete, I'd say, okay, come to class Monday through Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we'll worry about extra stuff after that.
I got two things I want to bring up. Is that the first one is I had someone that I do individual programming for, that their goal, and I don't want to use names. Sure. Their goal is to get to regionals. So I told this person, I said, okay, like, I'm going to give you your stuff every week, yada yada, just like I do for everybody. And like, this is what I want you to do. I want you to do all of this, and this is just what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Follow it exactly, and I can help you get there. And this person was like, they came back a little bit later and they're like, hey, I kind of noticed that like you have me doing the same workouts that everybody in the gym's doing. And like right there, like I had to like, before I answered, I'm like, and this was like through text or something. I was like, all right, I'd rather talk to you like face to face. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I talked to him. I'm like, listen, like to be a good CrossFitter, you have to just do CrossFit.
Yeah.
The objective is to do it more intense than somebody else. If you want to be good, I just need you to go faster than them. You're a better fitness racer, right? That's what we're trying to do.
Easy.
So
Fitness racer.
I don't care if you think, and like I said this right to the person's face. I'm like, I don't care if you think that you should be doing something better than this person, something different than this person. You're doing this because this is what CrossFit is.
Yeah.
You're just going to do more of it. Mm-hmm. Don't sit here and tell me that you think that you deserve different programming because you need to be better.
Right.
That's bullshit.
Right.
That is that's stupid.
Right.
Right? So to parallel that and to back my example up, and I use this story all the time, especially with the people I do for individual programming, I say, and I use Cody as an example because I'll never forget the story. When in 14.1, Cody did the workout and got 7th in the world.
Oh, I
remember that?
He smoked.
7th in the world. It was like 439 reps or something.
Amazing.
Ben Smith did like 442. Like,
yeah.
It was something absolutely out of control.
Yeah.
So to get 7th in the world is crazy. Cody placed 7th in the world. That night, we went out, killed a bottle of tequila, ate a calzone together, and the next day he was in there doing the same workout I was doing. Yeah. He didn't do anything different because he was 7th in the world. He didn't change his approach because he was 7th in the world. He just kept doing every day what all of us were doing. Mm-hmm. He was just doing it that much more intense. Mm-hmm. That's it. And everybody now thinks it's like when I give my individual programming out, I have 3 girls that are basically on the same level, and their IP stuff is almost identical with few changes just to help with weaknesses or tweaks or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's almost identical. And I told them, guys, do this together.
Yeah.
This workout, go against each other head to head. Like if your goal is to be better, okay, I'm going to get you there. Like that's cool. But go against each other and make yourself better by going head to head.
Yeah.
And I think that people think now like there's this secret approach of like, I need to do something different than this person because that's going to make me better, right? So like I'll see people who I'm like friends with like post like their workouts and shit on like, and it's like they have like all this like fucking crazy, stupid individual program that they fucking pay for from somebody. And I'm like, why are they doing it? Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Why are you doing this? Like and it's like, and this is the one thing I'll say. I heard in one of your podcasts that someone said, nobody should be trying to get somebody to regionals if they've never been there as a coach. I don't know if you remember this, but it was a conversation of like, why is somebody who's never been to that top level trying to get other people there when they've never experienced it? I don't need to experience regionals to get somebody to regionals, right? Like I don't need to be a professional athlete to be the best coach at a professional level. Right? Like Bill Belichick never played football past college. You know, the best coaches in the world today never reached that top talent level. Uh-huh. Right? But some of the best athletes in the world aren't going to make good coaches. That doesn't mean you're going to be a good coach because you're a good athlete.
That's fair. That
just means that you know how to apply yourself. That doesn't mean that you knew what to apply to yourself. You just knew how to do it really well. Mm-hmm. Wayne Gretzky didn't make himself a great NHL coach. He had a losing record as a coach. He's the best NHL player of all time.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need to experience regionals to tell somebody how to get there. I studied this in and out. I make this my life. I make it my job. I do this because I love it. And I think that my approach is going to be very good to get you there. I just need you to do CrossFit. Mm-hmm. And CrossFit is getting away from doing CrossFit.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's fair. Here's what I think. I'm not going to teach somebody something that I can't do myself. So I think that might get confused sometimes with you know, help like programming versus like if I'm teaching you how to do a muscle up, if I've never done one, I probably can't effectively teach you how to do one.
100%.
Right? So it's just that mindset works in that situation. I see your point on it not working in the other situation because there are plenty of good coaches who have horrible athletic careers, but what makes a great coach? Communication and understanding, knowing your athletes. Now, I think there's two sides to this. I think on one hand, people who are really good athletes will have a harder time coaching because to them, they know what their mental strategy is. How do they convey that to somebody else? They know what works for them, but what works for them isn't what works for everybody else. So they have to find a way to effectively communicate what they're trying to do. Absolutely. And a lot of people who have trouble with that. Like I've always felt for myself, like I'm a pretty decent coach, but I'm much better at being coached. You know what I mean?
You're a better athlete.
I feel like I'm better. Yeah, I'm better as the coachee than the coacher.
Yes.
Just because like I'm the type of person, if you tell me to go eat dog shit and it'll help me accomplish my goal, I will go eat dog shit.
You're going to eat dog shit.
I will do the shit.
It might not be too bad, though. You never know.
You know, it depends when you feed your dog. You know?
No, I get what you're saying.
But that being said, one of the things that I struggle with sometimes is overcoming the barrier of I know what I do to be as effective as I can as an athlete. How do I convey that to somebody else? So I think people who are high-level athletes will struggle with that.
Yeah.
On the flip side, if you can overcome that, then you're going to be able to speak to an experience level that not everybody's going to have the opportunity to, you know, effectively firsthand understand. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's pros and cons to it. I think it's just whatever you want to believe in. You know, that being said, if your coach is going off of and having you do exactly what they did to get there, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Because you're an individual.
Everybody's
you need to do
different.
Something on your own.
I think it's situational. So you look at football, for example, right? And like being a good football coach means that you understand how to beat the opposition because it's all about schemes. It's all about this, defensive schemes, offensive playbooks, this and that, yada, yada, X's and O's. So CrossFit's different, right? So like when I take an athlete, if I didn't know how to do a fucking muscle up, I'm not teaching anybody a muscle up, right?
Right.
So across the board, I can do every single thing in CrossFit. There's not a movement I can't achieve. I'm not the best at any of them. I'm not really good at any of them.
But you understand how
But I understand exactly how they all work.
Yeah.
So I don't think that somebody who doesn't know how to do a muscle up should be coaching anybody in CrossFit, like at that level.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, but for me, I can't teach somebody how to go really intense. I can tell you and like explain to you things you'll need to do different, strategy and stuff, but it's either in you or it's not. Like my athlete that I'm training, you're either going to go really intense and listen to what I'm saying or you're not. So I don't need to experience that intensity to tell you how intense you need to go. Because even if I experience the highest intensity and place, say, first in the world in a workout, just because I place first in the world doesn't mean that as a coach I'm going to say I can show you how to be first in the world in this workout because I experience that intensity and so can you. That's bullshit. That's a facade.
Sure.
I can tell you how I approached it and my strategy towards it. So as a coach, I don't need to experience that.
Yeah.
I just need to show you what I did or what the correct way is to get there. Whether you're going to do it or not is up to you.
Yeah. That's a big thing that a lot of people don't understand. I think all of this kind of goes to your coaching style. You know what I mean? Do you teach better from experience or do you teach better from learning?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but like you said, I've known so many people who are like, I want to go to regionals. I want to go to the CrossFit Games. And in my head, I'm like, no, you fucking don't.
Yeah, you know it's bullshit.
No, you don't. You don't. Dude, I've been to regionals. I've never been to the CrossFit Games. But here's what I do know. Just to get to regionals, right now in CrossFit, anybody who goes to regionals could make the games.
Absolutely.
They're all quality athletes.
They have a chance. They have a very good chance.
Right. So if you're going to come to me, and I will help you 100%, but it's back to this effort. You know what I mean? How intrinsically motivated are you? Why do you want to do it? That would be the first question. Why do you want to do it? And if the honest answer is probably going to be because I want to be like recognized and on Instagram. You know what I mean? You want all this kind of shit. No, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to fucking work.
You got to want it for yourself.
Think about Matt Fraser. he talked about this. They did this like documentary on him before the games, and he talks time and time again. He's like, I have my best workouts when it's just me alone in the gym, no music, and I just fucking go. He's like, because a guy like him is the best because he's so intrinsically motivated by something more powerful than himself.
Yes.
That's what it takes. When you're at a high level of competition, you have to put the effort in. So if you're going to come to me and say, hey, I want to go to regionals, do you really? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can help you. Coaching, that's something different. You know what I mean? Like you said, you can learn how to coach effectively. You can, because CrossFit is measurable. You can measure where you need to be and where you're at, and then you can decide on how to get there per the individual. But it takes that X factor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes that factor that what are you going to do when no one's looking?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
What kind of person are you when shit hits the fan? Like when you're like, I'm loving jiu-jitsu again. I keep bringing it up, but it's kind of bringing me back to this like humbling roots of mine. Like when I first started CrossFit, this is how it was. How are you going to respond when adversity hits? I am by no means the best person in my gym at jiu-jitsu. I get tapped out all the freaking time, but I try my hardest. And whenever I get tapped out, it's not an ego hit. It's just another log on the fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's
what type of
fueling it.
person are you? Are you going to take the ego hit and shut her up and make excuses like, oh, my programming isn't working. I'm gonna, I'm doing Invictus, but Invictus isn't working for me, so I'm gonna go to CrossFit New England or whatever it is. I just picked those two. Not saying they're bad or anything, but you're either gonna find excuses or you're gonna find reasons.
Yep.
Or ways around it. You know what I mean? And that's what's gonna decide it.
Isn't it crazy that people like they do, I guess it's just being uneducated about it, but like people that they do this programming from somebody that doesn't even know who they are. Like if like you were to pay for Invictus programming,
my
like
gosh.
Invictus knows. Say Casey Haines.
Yeah.
Goes and is like, yeah, like great Sam, I need your programming. Okay, well it's $50 a month. Da 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 da. We're going to send it to you every week. Yeah. And it's like, you know nothing about you, and you're getting all this shit.
Yeah.
That is so ineffective.
So ineffective.
That is beyond counterproductive.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, and I tell people all the time, like, people who, like, contact me for programming from, like, around here, I say, okay, I'll do it, but what I need from you is I need videos twice a week of 2 of your workouts. I need to see how you move.
Yeah.
I need to see how you respond,
Yeah.
what you're doing for this, what you're doing for that. So, I have one girl who's a King of Prussia around, like, down the street. Well, not down the street, but, 45 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
And she does it. And I tell her all the time, dude, fucking all the time, like a book. Two times a week, she sends me videos. I see where she's going. She's progressing. She's been PRing on a weekly basis because I'm able to keep that hands-on approach with her, even though I'm away from her.
Yeah.
But people are like doing it, and like it's just like they get this fucking right up, and then it's like, go ahead, go have at it.
Good luck.
And it's like you don't like you're reaching out from somebody from help,
Yeah.
but you don't realize that you're not even being helped through being helped. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
It's such a weird wheel.
It's such a crazy,
It's so
crazy
odd.
thing. And like more power to them. The people that sell that side of it is great. Like if somebody from Florida contacted me individual program, I'm going to try to find out a way to do it. But deep down, I'm not going to feel very safe
I don't
about
know,
it.
man.
Like truthfully.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
I'm
know
not,
exactly what you mean.
Like if they're like, say somebody from Miami, Florida contacted me, was like, hey man, I saw you're doing great things with your programming. Can you do this for me and this and that? And he's like, I'm going to go to regionals. Deep down, like, I'm not going to get you to regionals because this isn't a good approach.
Dude, I'm not. Yeah, you know what that is, and this is something that not a lot of people will say that and that's why I think that you're a good coach, is because you recognize, dude, if you want to go to regionals and you want me to satellite program for you from miles and miles and miles away, it's not going to work.
Not going to work at all.
I can't effectively coach you.
It's not going to work at all.
You know what I mean? But not a lot of people have that ability to say that.
Because they don't think of them not being able to say that tells me what they're in it for. And what they're in it for is not the passion of what they're doing, right? They're doing it for the recognition, the money, and this and that. And like, don't get me wrong, I love money, right? You know, money's green money. Not opposed to making money. It makes my life easier.
I know what you mean.
And the people I program for are like, yeah, I want to get paid. I'm sorry. I need to keep my doors open. I have to. Like, I'm putting the time in to do this.
Right.
And I tell everybody in here, like, yo, as long as I can keep my eyes on you and watch you do it, like, ask me all the questions you want. Like, I'm here for you. Like, this is my passion. Like, I love to see people get better. Like, but the person who asked me for individual program just because they want to stay healthy, I have just as much passion for. because I want to see it work for you, and I
Yeah.
want to see you happy. Like, there's nothing better than when I wake up to a text, or before I go to bed, I get a text of like, oh my God, like I'm so happy, like look what I did, and like they send me like
Yeah.
a video of like a PR or
Oh,
this or
that's
that,
awesome.
and it's like I fucking wish I was in the gym and saw it
Yeah.
like that. Like I get jacked
So
the fuck up,
jacked
man, because
up,
it's like
dude.
something I'm doing is right as a coach, and like this is working, and like
Yeah.
as a coach, you need to just have that deep down want to really make people better.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, please go somewhere
Yeah.
else and do something else. Like, just don't do this.
Don't
like,
tarnish.
you know what I mean? Like
Because you're messing with people's livelihoods.
You are.
Think about this.
Yeah.
I have a gentleman who comes to the gym, and he had a kidney transplant, and he's all good and well now. He's a little overweight. He's just getting healthy, and this guy is adding years onto his life as we speak,
That's
just
so
by
awesome.
doing what he's doing.
That's
But if
awesome.
I'm in it for the paycheck, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care.
You
I don't,
kill us.
I don't care about the drastic impact that this is having. I don't care that his wife is going to get to see him for 10 years past what his other expectancy was. You know what I mean? But the fact is that I do fucking care. And so it's more effective. Even if I'm telling him to do the same 3 sets of 5 back squats and whatever as I'm telling somebody else to do, like if it's going to be more effective for him than it is the other person if you don't care about them. That's kind
Exactly.
of what I'm saying.
No, I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Because that's someone who will trust you. They'll go to battle for you. They'll listen to you, and they'll put full effort into what you're asking.
That's
of
it.
them, You know.
I think this like all just correlates back to what we're saying of like how much CrossFit's changed. Like this is what we're talking about and
Yeah.
preaching about right now is like what it used to be.
Well,
just
think
fitness in general.
Just think about the fitness industry. That's what I was
fitness
going to say.
industry in general, man.
Look at, dude. Think about how many fucking
Yeah.
quacks are out there.
Listen to this. I don't know if you saw this on Facebook, but there's a thing called a squat magic. I'm not kidding. It was an
I've never seen
infomercial. It's a
Squat
hydraulic
magic?
pump, and you sit on this pump, and it moves your body up and down, and it tells you that it's safe for squats for you. So I bought it. I fucking bought it, dude. It's the
fuck?
funniest
Wait,
shit in the world.
what?
Dude, it's a
What?
hydraulic pump, right? So it's like a big pump, and then like a thing that comes out.
Like a
that,
cylinder?
pumps up.
Like a big cylinder?
A big cylinder, and then there's a seat at the top of the cylinder. And the infomercial is this lady attempting squats, and she's a very fit lady. And every time she goes to squat, she falls down. It's the funniest shit in the world. I'll send it to you.
Oh shit! Like she was doing it live.
It was like an infomercial. It wasn't a live thing. It was filmed, but she's doing the squat like regular, just everyday squat. She's like, and it's like an Australian voice doing it. It's like, are your squats hurting your knees? Can you not do squats? And like while he's saying it, like this lady's like literally doing a squat and falling down, and then she's shaking her head in disgust.
She's like,
and then
"This is stupid."
it's like boom, the squat magic, and this fucking thing comes out, and it's just a seat that this most in shape toned lady's sitting on, and she's just getting pumped up and.
Wait, it like does it for you?
It does
I
it
don't
for
even
you.
understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you a video. It comes in on the 28th.
You gotta. Oh my god!
I bought
Amazon?
it. Yeah, Amazon. Yeah. See what happens when Amazon fuck me up.
Crazy, man.
I'm
You
so
buy
fucked because
squat
Amazon.
pumps and
I
shit?
know. I gotta delete my account so I don't do
Oh,
this.
dude,
But I
shake
want to.
weights
No, I
and
want to
shit?
do it
Like-
just to fucking make funny videos.
It's
Like,
crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, like I just want to make
Dude,
funny
there's
videos.
so
of
much
this thing.
shit out there.
Such
But the
bullshit.
problem is like it's the same with like the nutrition industry, or like people just don't know.
Yeah.
People don't know,
They
and like
don't
it's
know
something
shit,
that I look
dude.
at and I'm like, that is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That is not gonna work. It's never gonna work.
crazy, dude.
I can't believe anybody would ever buy that.
It's crazy.
Someone who doesn't know, they're like, oh shit, that lady's ripped.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I'm in.
You just see it, you hear it, and you want to do it.
It's
You
like-
conform to everything. Like
Oh my gosh! It's
Here's
like
a-
you see those belts that like vibrate and it's gonna give you a six pack.
my dad bought one when I was a young kid. I'll never forget. We went and picked up Chinese food, and I wore it the entire time. Like, me and my brother were like, "Yeah, let's put this shit on." I'll never forget. We went and picked up Chinese food, and I wore it in the Chinese store, and like my whole body's like vibrating. Dude, right? And I remember taking it off. I said to my pal, I'm like, "Yeah, do I got abs?" He's like, "No, I always fucking don't wear it."
Yeah, like,
But the infomercial said like use it
6
one
minutes,
time, you have
dude.
fucking abs.
6 minutes.
Like,
I'm gonna look like fucking
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I told my dad, I'm like, send it back. He's like, no, I want to try it out. See? I'm like, okay.
God.
But yeah, I mean,
It kills me,
You
man.
just if you don't know, you don't know.
Look,
you know
I'm
what I
not
mean?
gonna blame anybody for not
You
knowing.
can't,
Never would
dude.
do that.
Right?
But what I am gonna do is to anybody who's selling bullshit, and you know if you're selling bullshit, stop fucking doing it.
Stop doing it.
Because you're stealing people's money and you're taking years off people's lives by doing this shit.
If you're on Facebook selling Advocare, stop it right now. I just called somebody out. But like, just stop. Seriously,
crazy,
just stop.
dude.
Like,
It's fucking crazy. Even the whole supplement industry, like people are getting popped. Like all these UFC fighters, it's a big thing in UFC.
because they don't know what they're taking.
They don't know what they're taking because the supplement industry isn't regulated, so they think they're taking stuff, but little do they know it's cut with fucking heroin or whatever, cocaine or steroids or whatever
drywall.
It is.
Like, you don't know.
And it's coming up on a test, and they can't fight.
Yeah. It's crazy, man.
It's like with anything.
You just do it because you see it and everybody else does it.
Yeah.
I gotta say,
understand. No, you gotta educate.
This is the last thing I want to say. I watched, and I gotta send this to you. There's a video I just watched online. Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It was a doctor's office, and they did an experiment.
Uh-huh.
So the doctor's office was full, like 10 people, and this Asian lady comes walking in. Not that she has. I'm just trying to paint the picture.
Sure.
This lady comes in and sits down. So she's the only one that doesn't know what's going on. The other 9 people are actors.
Okay.
So she's sitting in this waiting room, and everybody's sitting there reading magazines. Just paint that picture for you. They're in a waiting room, 10 people.
So she's the test.
She's the test. So all of a sudden they're sitting there, and a beep comes up. It's like beep, and everybody stands up. All 9 people, they just stand up, and they stand, and then they sit back down, right? And then the lady looks around. She's like looking at them, and she's like, "What the fuck is going on?" So beep, right? And they stand up, and then they stand back down, right? So the third time it beeps, beep. Everybody stands up. She looks around. She stands up, right? Sits back down. Beeps again. She keeps standing up every time. So they were like, okay, let's see what happens as people leave the room. So then a lady comes out and she starts calling people back. So now it's like 5 people. Beep. She's still there. Stands up. Sits back down. She's now the only person in the room. Everybody else supposedly got called back, but they're all actors.
Yeah.
So they're all in the back. She's the only one in the fucking waiting room. Beep. She fucking stands up by herself.
No.
Not kidding, right? So she's in there by herself. 3 times it goes by. She stands up by herself 3 times. A new guy comes in who's also is part of the experiment. He comes in, signs in, sits down. Beep. The lady stands up. The guy looks at her. Sits down. Beep. Does it again. She stands up. She sits down. The guy goes, "Why are you standing?" She goes, "Oh, you got to stand when the bell goes off." This lady has
she just was like,
she just conformed to the fact that because this beep is going off and everybody else is standing up, I have to stand up. So, dude, the next beep comes up. Beep. The dude fucking stands up with her, sits down. Dude, I got to send it to you. It's the most amazing thing in the world.
You got to stand when the beep comes up. Why?
2 people that were part of the experiment conformed to exactly what was going on. Didn't know why. And, dude, that was such a portrayal of our society.
That's fucking society.
That is our society. That was, dude, that video, I watched, I'm like, this is fucking Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. This is all of it wrapped into one.
Yeah.
You fucking just see it, you don't ask questions, and you fucking follow along.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, dude, you're going to
die
when you watch it.
That blows my freaking mind.
Fucking die when
that
you
is
watch it.
That is society in a bottle, dude.
That is society in a bottle.
Right now, our society right now.
That experiment, literally, that lady exhibited everything that we are about. That most of this society is about.
You can't even blame her. You're not blaming her or anything. But dude, that's what it is.
I don't know if you can really answer, but do you think that you would have stood up that you would have stood up?
Here's how this is my honest assessment. This is what I think would have happened. I would have stood up. I would have waited, figured out what's going on. I would have stood up a couple times, realized nothing fucking happened. When the beep goes off and somebody stands up, does somebody leave the room? You know what I mean? Like, is there a pattern?
Yeah.
And then I realized the beep happens, everybody stands up, and I probably would have stopped.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
See, I'm a rebellious type, so I always like to go against the grain. So I would have been like, no, I'm not standing up.
No. Yeah, I would have done it. I would have done it the first couple times because I probably would have been like, oh, that probably means something. Like, that means it's my turn next, or like, I don't know. If you stand up the fastest, you're next. You know what I mean? Something like that. I probably would have, but then I would have realized.
But the problem was, like, she didn't ask anybody. Like, it wasn't even like, hey, like, why are we standing up? Like, should we be doing this? It was just, I'm going to stand up because everybody else is.
Following. That's what it is. You know what I think, man? There's people in the world who are, there's leaders and followers.
There's leaders and followers.
You know what I mean? Huh? The problem is, and why this is so wild and why we have so many extremes going on, is because people now are putting themselves in a position to be leaders when in reality they might not be. And that's not a fault on anybody.
All their attributes of who they are show that they are followers.
Right.
They're built to be a follower.
Right. But everybody in society right now needs to be unique, needs to be their own person. I understand everybody is unique and is their own person, but it's a different driving force.
Yeah.
I need to be unique, and I need to prove to everybody else that what I'm doing, nobody else is doing, therefore I'm better than them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Or therefore everybody's jealous of me. Or therefore, I'm up here and everybody's down here. Whatever it is, it's a separation because what's unique is different and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's a different driving force.
Mm-hmm.
But people who are, have traits of followers, which again isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be a follower. It's not a bad thing to be a leader or a good thing or whatever. It's just different. It's just how people kind of operate. It's the line is getting blurred, and people are believing in certain things that are freaking bullshit.
It's all bullshit, dude.
That are crazy. Like when you look back at stuff and you think about, like they were like, dude, just because it's fresh in my head because we were talking about exercise equipment, the fucking shake weight.
Dude.
You're going to tell me that guy on that infomercial got that big from using a jerk-off machine?
People probably believe it. I mean...
no, but people will believe it.
People believe it.
Because they'll look at it and they won't know. But that's where it is, you have to have a certain level of responsibility, and people who are true leaders aren't going to abuse this power. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Someone who's a true leader understands that there's a certain amount of responsibility when you're in that type of position to not take advantage of people.
Absolutely.
I love Simon Sinek's Why Leaders Eat Last because this is kind of what he talks about. You know what I mean? And it's a great like TED Talk if anybody wants to go watch that. But it's just when the people who are going to sell you bullshit, don't follow them.
Yeah.
Because they're going to lead you down nowhere. You're not going to fucking get anywhere.
You're going to be a dead end.
You know what I mean? The person who's claiming to be like, the best fucking CrossFit athlete in the world, but have you ever seen them work out?
Yeah.
You know?
I know.
Don't follow them.
I agree.
But people don't know. And I think that's education, man. People, education.
People just need to do their own research, man.
Critical thinking.
Stop
don't,
and think.
Like, be your own person.
Just stop
You know
and
what I
think,
mean?
man. Like,
Evaluate.
Stop. Everything is just so impulse now.
Yeah.
Just like really like, and it could be the simplest question that is portrayed to you. Just stop and think about it before you answer it.
Yeah.
Like it goes back to saying like words are mankind's greatest weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Like your impulse answer is going to be the words that's your weapon. Like, so think about it.
We work
think about
off
what you
impulse,
really want to say. Like don't just say it just to say it.
So everything's so fast nowadays. How can you not work off impulse?
I know. Yeah, you're right.
Very reactive because you
Right.
have to be. Otherwise, you're going to miss your boat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Educate,
man.
That's it.
Figure shit out, dude.
Education.
Yeah. Like wisely educate. Look at the source. Like, is it a .org or is it a .com? Like, what
yeah, right.
looking at? You know what I'm saying?
Is it like the chive? It's the
Jeez,
chive. Everybody goes to the onion. The onion.
Like, whose blog are you? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
I'm with you, brother.
Yeah. But, all right, man. You good?
Let's get back at it Saturday, dude.
Let's roll, dude. Saturday, yeah. Dude, everybody comes out. I'm going to do my best to put this one out tomorrow or today if you're listening to it in the future, which is tomorrow.
Oh, man, that's so
today.
weird, the future.
Isn't that crazy? We're fucking time traveling.
Unbelievable. This podcast is happening right now if you're listening.
Right now.
No, my God. I got to be up in 6 hours.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Yeah, man, look for one. We're going to do one Saturday. It'll be out next week. Me, Anthony Pedersen, Ty Fisher. It's going to be a fucking blast.
I'm fucking excited, dude.
Anyone else who wants to get in, team.movement33@gmail.com. Hit me up, guys. Cool?
Cool.
All right, man. Thanks, everybody.